Let's get it. Levels are good.
Yeah.
Everything's good. We're
We're
rolling.
good.
Lights,
Check.
camera, action.
Testing.
Welcome to episode number 10
Number 10.
of the Gray Area.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Dude, 10.
10
That's pretty cool.
with the very special guest today.
Our technical first special guest, because
Technically our first guest.
we had Marky be a first guest, but like
He became like
he's just like he's here every week. So
Hey, what's up, guys?
You're that guy.
We love you, Marky.
I don't think that's considered a guest, but
Yeah.
we do have
We still
Omar.
Got that, we still got that angle? No?
He's a resident now.
Got that
Marky's a
angle?
resident now.
It's that Marky angle.
Hey.
Yeah, there it is.
but we do have Omar with
Omar.
us.
That's right.
Omar Reina.
Omar Reina, bro. Legend.
you.
Oh, legend. What's your
Oh,
Instagram?
legend.
Welcome, my man.
Name? What's your Instagram tag?
It's a stupid.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him
Why
know.
legend?
Yeah.
Oh my
Tell us-
god.
tell us
Ooh,
what
the
legend.
old legend
I know.
has it.
It's one of those like thorn on my side. It's so dumb.
Really? Yeah, you
Bro,
kept it? You're like,
I
I'm
kept
gonna
it and
keep
I don't know why I don't change it. But all right, so when I was in high school, that's when I opened my first email. Freaking
dang.
Gmail, Yahoo, I don't know what it was, but I opened my first email and I just put Omar Legend because I wanted an Acura Legend. The you know those Acura Legend.
There we go.
I wanted one so bad. Like that's
Yeah.
what I was when I was a kid. I was
Yeah, I
like,
get
wanted
it.
one.
I get it.
And
I always thought it was because you considered yourself a
bro,
legend.
no, that's
Which-
exactly
which is-
why.
which is like-
wait,
which is like-
let's talk about this. Let's
The
talk about
pressure
this.
of that is so like, ugh. So I just kept it, and
That's
I
good
just
pressure, though.
I
it was
know.
like it just stuck with me. So even to this day, I always tell like my wife, I'm like, I need to get a new stupid email.
I need to
But
change
did you
that.
end up getting the legend?
huh?
You ended up getting the Acura?
No,
You
dude.
didn't?
No?
I ended up getting.
He's
I
not
got
upgraded.
I got a first. My first car was a used Beamer. It was like a 200 series, like a 70s.
Dang.
They're actually
How old were
dope
you?
now.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
they're
yeah.
dope.
How
Back
old
then
were
it
you?
was like a junk.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Oh, what series?
Man.
Ew.
You were rolling with the
And
BMW?
then I got it's like a 79.
Let's pull that. Let's
Oh, yeah,
let's
yeah.
pull
Put-
that up real quick. Let
put
the
it-
let the
put
people
it-
know.
Yeah,
bro.
put a 2000.
Omar was rolling this
put-
back
put
in
that
when?
shit in
What was
already.
what
Put
year?
that
a 95 Acura Legend Coupe. That's what I wanted.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
The dream car.
Black,
This is
yeah.
where the name came from.
Yeah.
95 Legend
This
Coupe.
better be worth it.
Back in the days, bro, that was like, it looked like a Honda Accord, but like beefed up.
It looks
That
a little bit
black
like a
one.
Ford Thunderbird.
Back in the days, remember,
It
this
looks
is
kinda like a
90s,
Skyline.
bro. This is 90s, so it's like the
Early
designs
90s?
were very different.
When were you 18?
1998, bro.
98?
Yeah.
I was 4 years
But you
old.
were driving before that.
I was driving at 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was like I wanted to get one. I never got one. My second car after that was a Honda Accord.
That's
like
still
everybody
clean.
got
That's
a
the
Honda.
still clean.
And then after that, I got like my first like car that I actually got. Like it was just all me. Because my first car, my dad helped me, and the second one, my dad helped me kind of use
Yeah.
it. And then my third car was finally my first car. It was a Dodge Avenger. And it was like,
Oh,
I souped
what?
it up. Oh, that was back in my racing, like freaking racing days, bro.
Oh, racing
Yeah,
phase.
dude, I souped it up.
Fast
Yeah, I think the catalytic converter. I'll put like headers on it. And
Can you imagine how sick his Instagram page would be if like he was still into cars, bro? He'd have like a trillion pictures of like
That's
cars,
oh my
true,
god,
bro.
not that guy.
Dude.
different mufflers, different.
So
Should've
Omar,
just
how
made-
would you? We were talking about it earlier. How do you even want us to introduce you? What do you want people to know you by? Just because, like,
He's a man of many
Sure.
talents.
Yeah, right.
many
Many
talents.
talents, master of none.
Arguably.
I don't know.
I'd
I
say-
differ.
I don't know, man. Just
Omar.
just
A
Omar,
dude.
bro. To be honest with you,
Omar.
like I like
Legend,
doing
bro.
stuff, but it's weird, man. Like,
So for those who don't know, you are a musician, I believe, at heart, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love music, man. That's like that's probably I told this to my wife. I'm like, I've screwed up like so many dumb things, and I've done so many like stupid things.
Yeah.
But one thing I know that has been like remained pure in me is music. Like
Yeah.
that's like
Dang.
my love. Like
That's beautiful.
I've always been like true to it. So, and that's really important to me. So yeah, music is definitely like really important.
But at the
Heck
same
yeah.
time, you're like this creative genius that runs multiple businesses, right? And you do many things, and you're just in general, you're just a creative freak of nature, right? I
Oh,
think we
man.
would all agree on that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, thanks, man. You guys are super like. Crazy.
Follow,
I'd say I just think a little differently. I always like to, I guess, when I share about like the creative process, a lot of creatives in general, and I mean, you guys are all creatives. I think you guys can all relate to this, is that when we're in the zone, you're in the zone. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in it. Like you
You're
find
just
that
flowing.
space and you just go. And that can be anything. That can be playing. That can be you working on a client, or you playing a groove, or you're mixing, or you're creating.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's just a state of mind.
Yeah.
That's true.
So oftentimes it's hard to pull back from that and see the bigger picture. So my gifting, I guess you would say, is that I tend to be able to zoom in to the minute, to every detail. Like if I'm listening to a band, I can hear every single part.
Right.
I can tell the drummer, hey, this go here, guitar go
I'm a
here,
witness.
singer go there. Like I'm hearing it all at the same time. But I could also pull back and think about like how the entire church is processing it. Or
Yeah.
so like
That's
my
different.
mind is very
Wow.
like all over the place. And it's
Yeah.
weird because like, I told my wife, I'm like, I have ADHD, like hardcore. So like
Yeah.
I think we all
I
do.
think we
Yeah,
all-
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
a musician.
so like, but it's weird, bro. Like in this context of music and creativity and just like stuff like that, it's so beneficial to me because I can think about a million things and like just process and like think of all these angles and whatnot. But in in like other situations, I'm horrible. Like like
Dang.
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
So it's weird, man. Like if I'm playing and I'm MDing and somebody comes up to me and like starts talking to me, like I start falling apart. I'm like,
You're like, wait, hold on.
like shut up,
I
bro.
know.
Like I can't process. Like
I
can't
know.
even
There's
chew
so many
gum.
times I've been asking Omar, can you tell me what?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
like,
yeah,
all right,
weird.
never mind,
But
dude.
Dang.
pulling back, in terms of like you're saying like creative and whatnot. I guess where I tend to be put in a position of often is overseeing stuff. So like not necessarily being the guy doing it, but being the guy who can do it, but can see the big picture and get a whole team together to do something big. So
Get
that
ready
tends
for
to
the
be
job.
like where I thrive, and I love getting in. Like I love going in and like doing and like
Right.
digging and
Getting your hands dirty.
yeah, exactly.
Digging
That's
in.
me. Like, dude, you know how it is, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but this is, you have the heart of a servant.
yeah, like it's just one of those things. Like you love it, you just do it, and I guess you got to get done, and you don't care like if you're up till 3-4 in the morning because that's just part of you. Like you're just
Yeah.
an excellent, like just excellence is in your blood,
Right.
So for me, I was very I guess I relied on that too much to a point where later on I'm starting to like carrying on bigger things and bigger responsibilities and more deadlines and more events and more things where like I can't handle it all. So I started realizing like, damn, like I need to like delegate stuff. I need to learn how to like
Ooh.
It's
Not
like-
take too much
with
on
other-
board. Yeah.
yeah, man. So I almost like burnt out and
Dang.
affected your
so
health.
so now I'm in this season, I'm 41 now, and I'm in this season where like I'm not necessarily in it as hard.
Yeah.
And I love the way my friend of mine said, he's like you're not necessarily serving in ministry, but you're serving the ministry. So like now my heart's more like helping people that are doing it, and I'm just there like coaching you or just watching.
Yeah, that support.
Yeah. I'm still doing my own thing. I'm still doing stuff like creative stuff and producing and whatever.
Right.
But I feel like I've kind of pulled back a little bit more. Just pulled back, and that doesn't mean that I'm doing less. It just means that what I'm doing now is very focused and it's very specific. I guess.
Overseeing. Yeah, you're overseer now.
I'm grateful for that, man. And it's a little. Maybe we can dive into it later on.
yeah.
But I guess the top of my head, that's kind of when you describe me, I guess you could say someone who just kind of I don't know.
Hey, you're awesome.
See the
dude.
big
Yeah.
picture. There you go. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
awesome.
You know what, bro? I'm just
You're
gonna go
just
home, bro.
You
selfless.
changed it to awesome.
Later,
All right, well,
Thanks for tuning in to episode
Yeah.
that lasted 5
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you something about me, bro. I am way too freaking philosophical, bro. So like,
Oh, man.
yeah, bro. I'll go.
Yes.
Bro.
Just tell me like, hey, like this, like.
Oh, we got
You,
you.
are you
I don't even have
philosophical?
to. I don't have to. Hey, I don't have to smoke anything or drink anything, bro. Like I just
You
start
already go
going.
there.
Like I go there, bro. So like,
You're,
Oh,
you're
dude.
automatically high.
yeah. So just give me the safe word, bro. Be like, hey, peanuts.
Peanuts, guys.
Pineapple.
Peanuts.
Oh my
Oh,
god. That's what's up,
man.
dude. I know for sure
But,
you're a
hey,
funny
thanks
guy.
for having me, dude. Seriously.
Oh, thank you
Dude,
for being
thank you
here,
for
though,
being
for
here,
real,
man.
man.
Seriously, man. Thank
I was,
you.
I
I
really
was
love
shaking
what
when I
you're
was
doing.
asking. I was like, oh my god.
I really love what you guys are doing. I remember when Ava was telling me a few months back how you were going to be a part of it,
Yeah.
and you were saying that you were excited about it because
Oh,
you've
yeah.
always wanted to do something about that.
Yeah.
And then I saw Jeremiah, and I was like, dude, like that's dope. Like you guys are already like you know each other, and
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
I really love how this has kind of been unfolding for you guys. And
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
right when I got here, even when I got here, I'm like, dang, dude, this is like so dope. Like,
He's all here, the headquarters.
yeah, because
HQ.
I'm already see. That's the thing. Remember I talk about big picture,
Yeah.
because
Yep.
I'm already seeing what it's gonna be like. Like I can see, like, damn, dude, I can totally see how this is gonna
That's
Unfold.
it, man.
unfold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's awesome.
So keep it up.
Thank you.
Visionary.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Omar.
Well, it's funny you say that because I
Privilege.
think every time, and I know we keep talking about it, but every time we go to Tacos DK, I'm so happy for you guys. And I think I also see the big picture. I'm like, man, I can see where this is going.
Oh yeah.
It's going a bunch of different places. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Tacos y qué? Do you eat tacos like every weekend?
I'll probably hit like 3 tacos maybe on a Friday. Yeah, I can go
Yeah.
more, but I try to like stay you know, conscious about it because I'm like, dang, dude. Yeah, because like
Are
know,
you
'cause
grub, bro? I know
I'll
you grub,
grub, bro,
I know
yeah.
you grub.
3 tacos every hour.
We're like, Omar, we're cutting you off. We're cutting you
Hey,
off,
bro.
Are
Omar.
you sure, dude? With
No,
extra thing.
yeah. I'll enjoy it, man. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
And it's funny because it's like it's good, man. It is good. Like
Yeah.
I have them every Friday, and they're like, damn, this is really good.
Like every time.
What's your favorite?
Dude, lately it's not even on our menu, bro. So what I do is I get the steak
Secret.
picado or steak picado,
Okay.
but we grill cheese, right? And then we use the blue corn tortilla. So blue corn tortilla with the cheese, with the steak picado, guac, and then the yellow crema. Oh, bro,
Ooh.
it's so good.
Little Omar
bro.
creation right
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Creación.
Yeah, it's bomb.
That's a clip right there.
Creaciones.
Yeah, actually, that's gonna be my next one of our posts coming up soon. Is gonna be like it'll be like
breaking news.
want to be adventurous, whatever, some hack menus or whatever.
That's what's your
Damn.
what role do you play with Tacos y qué? Like what's your role that you take?
Title or
Yeah.
That's a good question, man. Well, it started with Brian Siono, Fabian Chavez, and Joe Mendez. They're the owners. Do you know the backstory to it?
give it to us.
Yeah. Break it down.
I'll break it down real quick. So, the guys, they're all musicians, and they've all toured and they produce and all that stuff. So, when the pandemic hit, it's like all that stuff just stopped. Obviously, everybody just stopped. So, being that they're all foodies and they've all traveled their world and they've had food and stuff, that's a really big part of conversation. So they're just chatting around and I think Bryant and what's his name, Fabian were like, dude, this and that. Like, what if we did this? Like, they're just talking about food, like making the different. And then Joe walks by, he's like, dude, are we gonna do this or what? Like, just kind of like calling him out, like, are we just gonna do something? Let's just do something. So they did. They decided to do like a cookout there at Joe's house in San Gabriel Valley, and they invited the neighbors. And so they experimented with the tinga, with
Okay.
the bulgogi and the asada. And all the neighbors, they're like, dude,
They
this
love
is amazing. Yeah. And the neighbors are predominantly like Asian and stuff like that. So
Oh
it's
no
like,
way.
dude,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. So they loved it. So that's when Brian hits me up that same week, and he's like, bro, dude, we're going to be doing something, and like I need your help.
Yeah.
Like let's get it out there, social media. Like let's create a brand for it. So for like a week, we were
Going
not
back
like
and
like a
forth.
couple days going back and forth with like ideas.
Some designs.
So
and stuff.
Tacos Y came, and then originally the slogan was they slap or something like that.
They slap.
These tacos slap.
Tacos
Like that was the original slogan, and we quickly changed it like a week later, like to they just hit different.
They hit it.
But even the color, like I was coming up with different colors, and we're talking about like, yeah, they hit different. Like we want something that's just different, like memorable. So I was sitting in my living room, and I have this orange chair that's like it just stands out in my whole living room. 'Cause all my you saw my
I
house.
see that. Yeah, I see
My
that
house
too.
is just like grays and like really like earth tones, and then it's just like orange chair that's right there. And I was like, and then I started making the logo, and I was like, yeah, looks. And then it kind of went from there, and I had like
Nice.
10 different logos, and then we were like, dude, this is a logo right here, and yeah, this is kind of. So my role, answering your
Awesome.
question, is I'm the content manager,
Okay.
brand manager, and I that's my responsibility is to just basically promote the company.
Make
you
it
in
look
charge of the
delicious.
Socials too and all that.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I do all the social. It's very intentional the way we post and the way we interact. Like if you notice, we're very casual. Casual kind of like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our stuff is not.
Very open.
It's not polished looking.
Yeah.
It's not like if you like see some like other places they're very polished, very very professional looking.
Right.
More ours is more casual. So it's like it's purposely with the phone and like.
Right.
But if you also notice, we have a lot of vibrant stuff. So it's always colorful. You're always gonna see a lot of color. You're always gonna see people.
Kind of more organic then, right?
Yeah, I mean it's the goal is just to interpret like that's our food because when you see our food
culture.
it's colorful and like
Right.
Yeah.
we have lots of people like it's not just a Mexican spot like
No,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
people it's
It's-
very diverse so we
What would
kind
you
of like
call
we
it?
kind
If
of
it's not Mexican, what would you like?
I love the way somebody said it once. He's like, these are like craft tacos. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's like they're not gourmet, but they're not street. There's just kind of a craft tacos.
Craft
So
taco.
yeah,
I
so
like that.
I like that, man.
That's dope.
So we got our own thing, and it's funny because when we started doing our thing, we were getting on social, and it was kind of blowing up.
Yeah.
There was like some taco spots nearby that started doing the same stuff that we were making, and we were like,
what?
look at these dudes.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
bro.
So that means you're doing something
What?
good.
Exactly.
That means you're doing something
Hey,
good.
Taco Sique did it first, dog.
Right.
You heard
so
it right here.
so and it was like I was telling Brian, I'm like, dude, don't trip. Like they're missing I'm like, they're missing an ingredient. He's like, well, I'm like, what are they missing? I'm like, they don't have tacos Sique, bro. Like that's the
Ooh.
brand, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
what's up.
not just the food.
So it is safe to assume that you're on social media a lot, right?
Bro, it's a love-hate thing, man. If I were to show you how many social media accounts I have, it's like I hate it.
Oh, damn.
I kind of want to see that actually.
How many do you have?
I would really like to
He's
see
got
that
eight,
because
eight.
I have what like 2 or 3, and I lose
Damn.
my mind. I
Alright,
have this. I have my.
Some are
mom's.
some are private, but I'm gonna because some clients can't let me see. And this is actually a new one. But
Just give us a number, just so
Yeah,
we
just-
can get an
yeah.
idea.
yes, to scroll.
Yeah, he's
Oh, dude.
He had a scroll.
I didn't even know you could scroll.
He had a scroll, so it's a
Jeez.
lot.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So do you have like a company?
No, I don't, and that's what's funny because I haven't advertised anything, but for some reason I'm like managing a few accounts.
So like,
Dang.
what are you trying to do? What do you want
Well,
to do?
what I want to do is I'm at a point where like I can't handle them,
Yeah.
and like I
I'm sure it's a lot of work.
yeah, bro, like it's weird, bro, because like okay, so let me pull back a little bit. So
Yeah.
when 2019, I was at Freedom House. I was the creative director there, and I was there for 7 years, and I was on staff. Thanks, man. It was a big learning, time of learning and it helped build there and whatnot. Really great people there, and I basically just gave it back. Like it was just straightforward. Like, hey, you guys,
Yeah.
I'm like you guys are the first to like know this publicly.
Yeah.
So I basically resigned and I just say, here we go. Like, thank you so much for what you gave me, and
Oh,
I gave
damn.
it back. And it's hard. Think about that, man. You're an MD, worship director, getting a really nice salary, like in a creative department. Like, dude, that's like every
Right. That's a dream.
musician's like
Kind of a little
Yeah.
dream right there.
stability. Yeah, like
right.
dang, you're set,
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to work. That's what I worked towards, like just like being faithful and like staying loyal and like build. Because it wasn't like that for 7 years. It took about 5 years to like
To
to get to that.
progressively
Yeah.
build. Yeah.
So when I
Damn.
finally got there, I was like, all right, it's not as bad as
So
there's
Yeah.
more important things than making money. And I'm gonna be honest, like
Yeah.
I'm motivated by money. Every guy wants to make
everyone
a good
is.
salary.
Everyone is.
You know, we all want to show something for ourselves, and I think every man wants to prove himself in the sense of like you have a good job, you make good money. Like that's almost like you identify with that with success. You know, so I think for me it was very important to, as a man and as a husband, to be like, man, like I need to do my best to like provide for my family and to like I know that I'm worth what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
I get that.
but it just came at a cost, and I eventually just was like dealing with a lot of internal conflicts with the way, just job aspects of it, and that's why what led me to just give it back.
Right.
Yeah, and it was in a very just not negative way. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this in faith. And what's crazy is I didn't have a plan B. Like I didn't say like,
You
oh, I
didn't
got
fall
another
back
job
on
lined
it.
up. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing, bro. Literally nothing. And that's what the
Faith
scary part
moves
was.
right
That was
there.
literally the biggest faith move of my life.
Ooh.
But I knew that that's what I had to do because one, I was at peace with it. Two, it was stupid. You know, it's like, sometimes, bro,
Like what?
the faith moves don't make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you know it's a faith move because it's like it's in your gut, you're like, why do I feel like I need to do this, but it doesn't make sense. So that was the conflict. So as soon as I did that, I stepped out. I didn't have a plan B. That 2020 hit, pandemic hit, like everything just went to crap.
Damn.
And here I am with no job, but with my family. But bro, 2020 was probably the best year of my life. Like,
Bro, yeah.
and it's crazy because
Wow.
it's like I believe, and I say this to people, and I say this openly, like I didn't leave my job. Like God removed me from there. So, and I'm grateful for that. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with saying that. You know, I don't feel shame in that. Like because I know that He knows better for me, and He knew that hey, like I'm gonna pull you out so I can do something different. And yeah, that what I got from that is despite not having a job, we still were fine, bro. Bro, I got a check in the mail for $20-something thousand, like that.
What the
Yeah, I
heck?
paid off like pretty much all my debt, and
Hey, I'm gonna
Like-
send you some links.
I got the
bases on
right,
how you-
and
got the GoFundMe.
like everything was just taken care of,
That's
you
what's
know.
up.
Dude, that's
and,
awesome.
It was also a year for me to like learn how to like self-care, you know. And what I mean by self-care is just being like, dude, take time to decompress, like take time to
Yeah.
just stop and pause, because that's
Which
the
is
thing about
important.
creatives too. Like sometimes
We're
we're
always
just
going.
so
Keep
wound
it
up
going.
and like we're
It's
so
always
like,
thought mode.
you know, we feel like we have to be doing something.
So,
you
what are
know?
some ways that help you decompress?
Bro, so good question. So lately, for me, honestly, man, is just I'm an introvert by nature. So like,
Really?
yeah, dude, yeah. This is
I
not
would
coffee, by the
never
way.
guess. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I recharge by just being on my own. Like I'll just go on, you know, andar de vago. Like I'll just
Okay.
wander
Like a
around.
nice
You're like-
walk,
I will just go to like whatever.
a bike ride.
Yeah, bike ride. I'll go to Target or you know
Target's
Best Buy
a
or
game,
Dude, your
Target's
bike rides
a-
are far, bro.
yeah.
Your
I
park
know. I've seen you on that truck
Yeah.
bike.
far,
That's why I
bro.
don't
Bro,
get a bike,
it's
dude.
it's
That's
like
not-
it's crazy.
It's dangerous.
Dude, oh man, that's a
Talk
workout.
about, what's the farthest you've gone?
60 miles so far.
60?
Yeah, 60
What
miles.
the
yeah.
heck?
No.
And that was with the guy that was like, he was like 55 years old, and he was ahead of me the whole time. And
Oh,
when I
man.
finished the 60 miles, he did like another 30 miles still.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was
What
like, dude,
the heck?
I was like, this guy just owned all of us. yeah.
Mr. Armstrong.
Dude, bike
He's going.
riding is really great. And not the distance aspect of it. It's the fact that, or at least for me, I found that when I go riding,
Mhm.
I love the element of like being able to. I'm literally going wherever I want to go. 1, 2, nobody's telling me what to do. 3, I'm listening to music, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fresh air. Like it's just a very liberating kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So like your serotonin and everything, you just feel really good after the
It's
ride.
that rush.
And,
yeah.
and you get a
Yeah.
workout, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not as intense a workout like let's say like doing like cross training or running. It's a different pace. So it works for me. It works for me.
Awesome.
I really enjoy it. So
But mainly
We
being
should
by
all go on a
yourself.
bike ride one day, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
cool.
All of
that
us,
and
bro.
then also like teas,
I have a
bro.
scooter,
Like,
bro.
dude, I'm like a big tea drinker. So like I drink a lot of like ayurvedic stuff. So like stuff that triggers your adrenals and like basically like change the way your brain functions, I guess. So like
Huh.
stress levels and stuff. Yeah. So like what's it called? Like there's this called tulsi and holy basil, like all these different like herbs
Uh-huh.
that basically chill you out. Cause I'm the opposite,
Well,
bro.
I know a couple of those.
Who turned you on to that? Who turned you on to that?
CBD
So
waters.
okay, oh bro,
THC waters.
THC waters.
I know.
Cannabis for
It's
Christ.
it's crazy because I can't drink coffee. Coffee's like no bueno for me.
I don't
So it's
drink
like
coffee
I
either.
can't.
Why? Because you get the shits, or because like
I get wild. Like just I'm
Oh,
too
okay.
I
Just
jittery, like too wired.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
have
need
to
the
go to the
opposite.
restroom.
I need stuff to.
You
calm
need
me
to
down.
mellow down.
I have
Yeah.
to go to the restroom a lot when I drink coffee.
Yeah.
Is it weird that soda calms me down sometimes?
Soda?
Yeah.
You're diabetic.
My parents
bro.
used to give me soda as a form of to calm me down, like because they didn't want to give me they didn't want to give me Ritalin because they didn't want to put me on medication.
Right.
So they gave me soda, like a shot of like Mountain Dew or something like that, and that little sugar high would
balance
me out, and then would bring me back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's how I feel like
What the
sometimes.
heck?
Yeah, and lately, like I've even been
I'll
looking
do
into
Mountain
like
Dew though.
I was obese.
Did Code Red.
As a child.
funny.
Code Red. Remember Code Red?
Code Red, dang,
Surge.
What year were you?
Surge.
80, bro.
Holy cow.
Dang, yeah, 1980. Yeah.
Oh, you lived the
That's
good.
crazy, dude.
So you
So-
grew
That
up-
good
you were 80s
decade
baby,
right
for
there.
sure.
So you don't remember the 80s vividly, right? More the 90s, I'm assuming?
When I think about 80s, I think about we went to the drive-through movies. I remember seeing like the
Dang.
Gremlins, and I was
Oh
like,
my
freaking
God.
freaking
You got
scared,
freaked out?
bro.
That's your brain. How you freaked out today, dude?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I remember wearing like those like pajamas, like the ones that have like the little plastic at the bottom on your feet, and you zip it like this.
The
like the
onesies,
big
always to the top.
Yeah, all the way to the top, freaking all sweaty.
So that was the 80s, right?
It was a
That was
different
the
animal
80s,
all the time.
bro.
Remember
Yeah.
Bunny? Like,
Yeah, dude, I was like running around the house.
What comes to mind in the 90s?
90s.
What changed?
I love the Ninja Turtles. I love
Yeah.
I love
Ooh.
remote control cars. Like
RC.
yeah, like
RCs.
I was
Dang.
really into playing, just having like just being a kid.
Being a kid,
Yeah. I was also very involved with church. My parents are pastors and stuff. So
So you're a pastor's kid?
yeah.
Yeah.
So but my parents initially were they weren't pastors. They were basically
Ministers?
they're ministers in the church, and they basically did like every role in the church. They did like janitors to like
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Everything.
tesorero and secretario.
They did everything.
Yeah.
We got the
Security.
decimals and the
Monitors,
percentages.
presidente de varones, like it's like everything, dude. So,
Dude, security?
yeah. Dude, I got a really cool story because somebody once asked me, he's like, when's the first time you got paid for a gig?
Yeah.
Or like no, he didn't say for gigs. I think you asked me, or somebody asked me, like, hey, when's the first time you ever like made, like somebody gave you money, like an honorarium?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, I just realized when I was like 11 years old, my
Wow.
pastor, now think about it, this is like probably 91, like, I guess it wasn't common to do this, but
Oh,
like,
wow.
11?
my pastor actually hooked me up, and he's like, after the church, he's like, here, I want to give you something. And I was like, what is it? I was like, I'll play marbles or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, here, we want to bless you. And he gave me $40.
Wow.
Oh,
And
damn.
dude, I was like,
Dude.
what?
You're like,
You're like,
marbles. you
I'm
get the
coming every
marble
Sunday
one?
to pray.
Oh,
Dude, that was
different ones?
so props to my
Yeah,
props
the
to my
Jupiters.
pastor. Oh man, I love talking about my first pastor.
That's
Props
dope.
to him because that dude was like, dude, he was the hardest pastor ever, man. Like,
Yeah.
I owe a lot to my craft.
Mm-hmm.
I owe a lot of how I've developed my craft to him because
Hmm.
I remember I was playing already at 11 years old in church, and we would always sing the same song at the end of the service, which was "How Great Thou Art."
Oh, okay.
And he had like
man.
perfect pitch, like he was a musician.
he was on
too.
point.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
a jazz
yeah.
guitarist.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
And,
yeah. He like
So
Omar.
that, you know what? I just realized that's why he paid me because he was a gigging musician.
He
Oh, so
understood.
he understood.
He understood.
His-
See,
his-
it's
he
always
saw the
those
big
pastors.
picture.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always
So,
the pastors that
bro. He
got that background.
I was playing, and he would start singing this song, and he'd be like, he was singing in Spanish. He's like, entonces, mia, and then he'd be like, ese no es el tono. Bro, he would call me out in front of the whole church.
Yeah, that's
He
happening.
would call me out in front of the whole church,
Oh,
telling me that I was in the
dude.
wrong key, but he would
Yeah.
sing it. Like, you're in the wrong key. You're supposed to go to D.
Ah.
And I was like,
You're like, yeah, you're
so I
right.
had to quickly
That's
learn.
embarrating, but it gets you like,
Bro.
it gets you to be on
Wow.
like this. It's happened to me a
Bro.
lot of times. Where
Bro.
like, hey, stop,
Wait, let me say this.
stop. Yeah.
Dang. Oh.
Wait, the thing about Hispanic churches or Hispanic culture when it comes to music that I've recently realized is that it's a very competitive culture.
Hmm.
So like, for example, stuff like that you wouldn't ever hear at a non-denom church now or like a
Oh, no.
bro, that is like off limits. But you go to a small little Mexican church, bro, that one note that you hit, bro, you're roasted for weeks for hitting that stupid note, bro. And I think that's
See,
why.
yeah,
like,
you're right. It is part of the
everybody
culture.
who comes from that, or even like
Yeah.
black churches too, because black churches are pretty like ruthless. in
Oh
that
yeah, they'll
sense,
just
too.
call it out how it
But
is.
it's cultural.
It's
though.
cultural,
It's
Bro,
like it's
Bro,
true.
I used to go to black churches all the time, and I loved when I would like go and there's like 5 kids behind the drummer
Oh yeah.
watching
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's
Like-
pressure.
I was one of them.
I was like, dang, like they're serious, and you can't
Yeah.
play until like you're
Until
ready.
everyone's in the kitchen eating, and you get that last of the last of the last.
That's
You
funny.
think
So-
it's Hispanics because Hispanics are more passionate?
Mm,
I just
Well, not
think
more passionate, but like
they're cutthroat.
yeah.
I think
There's
yeah,
a reason why though.
there's a few layers to it. I think part of it is the male machismo kind of
It's
pride.
It's like a shaming
Like a
thing,
kind
and you know, there's a
Because there was a point in my
part-
life as a musician, I was like, I had to be number one.
Yeah.
I wanted to be number one.
and part of it just I think we just don't know. Like we don't know
Right.
any better. You know,
Right.
that's just the way we grew up. Like my dad was pretty strict
Yeah.
because his dad was really strict.
Heck
That's
yeah.
the only way I can put it. So he was strict with me too. So like now I'm like I kind of got a little bit of my dad, but I've also evolved in certain ways too. You know,
Right.
so I think it's just I think it's just a matter of like time goes by and we all change and hopefully we grow. But
yeah,
yeah,
as-
dude,
as-
it's funny, dude.
hopefully.
But it's funny because I'll tell you this. This is a stupid story, bro. I'm gonna feel guilty about
Good.
this
No,
one.
I want to hear it. We've all said our stupid
So-
stories, so welcome.
So I was going to say, like, what's the douchiest thing you've ever done?
I think I know this story.
Oh,
This is
Oh!
one of the douchiest things
This
I've
is a
ever done,
well-known
bro.
one.
I think I have told you this one.
Douchiest in what sense though?
Like-
You being a douche.
Like, wow, what a jerk.
Like I'm gonna think you're a douche.
Like, yeah.
Okay, hit me. Hit me.
Oh, man.
What I do and what was your response?
I don't
Go.
Huh?
What I do and what was your response?
No, I'm going to tell you what I did.
Okay, tell us
ahead.
what you did. Tell us your story.
You want me to?
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
so I was at a youth camp.
Okay.
It was a youth
Your
camp.
douchiest, or this is your douchiest
This is
story?
probably the douchiest thing I've done,
What a
man,
douche.
because it
A
like it actually
What a
affected
douche.
somebody.
no way.
I was at a youth camp, and I've been to
Damn.
youth camps like all my
I'm gonna
life,
hate you
right?
after this.
And I was MDing that one, and we're on stage,
Uh-huh.
and we went over the music and stuff, and we're like, all right, this is how we're doing. The bass player, I'm gonna
Oh.
protect his name. I'll just call him David for now.
Okay.
Um,
David.
I
It's
know a lot of David
I
bass
know.
players, bro.
All right.
Wait, I think I know this particular David though.
Wow. He's
So-
David.
That's why I'm just calling him David for now.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, dude. So I'm playing, and David is just doing the most. Like he's just
Like slapping on
he's
everything.
just slapping on everything, like
on
going
worship
hard.
songs.
Like he was
Uh.
just having it, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, this is my day, you know. And I'm like
Salvi,
over here,
baby.
like this is like my 5th year. I'm like, just all right, like chill, bro. Like
Yeah,
this is my
calm
first
down.
day, you know.
Yeah.
And so back in the days, I had multiple keyboards. So I had like key stack, like it was like
Stacked
the
on
thing,
stack.
stacks and stuff.
That's,
And I-
that's from the
It's
80s, by the way.
The more you
That's
sound
you
better,
got that
bro,
from
it
the
sounds
80s.
better if you stack them
Yeah.
higher. The higher you get, the
The
better.
higher
So-
you go, the
I always, I
more
always
Oli.
had my patches on deck. So I had like bass and like pads and like keys and whatever. So homie's just going hard. I'm like, hey, like chill, like just walk it, just to
Yeah.
keep it like straight. And he's just like, whatever.
What song is this?
I don't remember, bro.
He's all
Oh,
popping and
man.
slapping on a
It
ballad.
This is
I
Amazing
think it was
Grace. Like,
no, I think it was
Oh,
what's that song? I'll remember it in a bit. But
Okay, okay. Good.
Oh,
So-
man.
so we're going in, and I just kept like, like.
You're giving him the look.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
like
You're like, give him the,
like,
hey,
I
dog.
think I've gotten
like,
that look
you good?
before.
Like, you good? And so I just finally like, I went and I unplugged this bass
Oh,
live in the service.
Oh,
I-
While
like-
still playing?
While I was playing, I unplugged it and I threw the EIC cable. I threw it and then I proceeded to play bass keys.
So you started killing on the key bass?
So I'm just like, hey,
So,
like,
hold on, dog.
like, hey, I can do without you.
Like
Like,
this.
I'll take care of this. Like,
Yeah.
I was
like
like,
this. I'll take double the salary.
I was like,
I'm controlling with my
I'm
left
good, bro.
hand.
You're good,
Oh
you're
my
good.
What was the
god.
conversation after? Like,
well, that's the problem. We didn't have a conversation. The homie just left. Like, I didn't never see him. Like, it's like
Again? Ever again?
He would. Man, let me get
Okay,
there.
okay,
So
okay.
he was like shook and he was. I could tell he got
It
hurt
affected
about
him.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see him for.
Whoa, dude, he got replaced by your left hand, bro.
Comes, takes my sticks away, and like,
Imagine,
you start
bro.
playing an NPC. I bet. I'm gonna just sit this one out then, I
Hey,
guess.
dude. Hey, you were a douche, dog.
That's a pretty good.
You know what?
I'll do the cup on
This,
the
this is an intervention, bro. So you gotta tell me that I'll receive it, man. I'll
No,
welcome
hey,
it.
this is our douche story.
Yeah.
You're not the only one,
Spirit
I'm
of
sure.
douche.
segment.
So,
Douche
so
segment.
the homie leaves. I didn't see him for years.
Oh,
Years.
shoot.
Like, he just disappeared. Apparently, what I found out, he was just, like, not happy. Like, he was just bitter about it.
No way.
So years go by, and then I go somehow. We were in a season where I was actually Irene and I were visiting a church, and we were looking for a church basically. We moved into that area, and who do I see on the bass?
Oh wow, David.
Freaking David on the bass.
Freaking
David on
Yeah,
the bass.
David, bro. Why weren't
He's
you
going at it, and I was like,
Yeah, still going ham.
I was telling my
He's
wife,
still
I'm
going
like, oh, we can't come here. We can't come here, bro.
He's still
You're like,
douche.
this is the first and last time we come in here. I don't care if the kids like it or
And he
not.
pulled up and disconnected him again. Walked out.
He's already see that, bro.
I'm
Is it monster cable?
I'm head out then.
No
No way.
Right? Because of SpongeBob. No, dude. Actually, no.
man.
We stayed and we. Long story short, we squashed it. But he confronted me because I
wow.
eventually became the MD there as well, and he confronted me about it. He's like, dude, that one day you said that, like, that really freaking crushed me.
Yeah.
And like, I just was really hurt by what you did. And like, you know, he basically let me have it. And I was like, I took it. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, that was like really
You
like.
took it on the chin.
I
You're
was-
like,
Wow.
Well, you shouldn't
Wow.
have been overplaying, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, no,
douche part two. Well, I mean,
More douche, bro. You shouldn't have been overplaying, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
He finishes his whole thing. He's like, well, in my defense, you were overplaying, bro.
Oh man. So
I wasn't wrong.
we squashed it and
You guys were
I-
adults about it? What?
yeah, dude. I was
Dude,
already
that's
20,
crazy, bro.
right? And it's like, you know, we're like ex-apostolics, whatever, you know, and dude. But what's crazy is that we squashed it and we came to an understanding at that point where it's like,
Yeah.
look, like, I know that like you have skill, like I know you got it, but let's do it in a way that's like conducive to like everything sounding
Right.
good, because that's kind of the culture I came out of too, where like
Mhm.
you know how it is. It's like
everyone's kind of
everybody's
overplaying.
showing out. It's just like it's just
Yeah.
too much, you know. So
yeah.
you know, that was just something I was trying to get away from. And eventually, like, dude, he was like one of the best players I ever had, like, you know, in my team and stuff, because he
Yeah.
got it after that.
He understood
you know?
what you were
He
trying-
understood.
yeah.
Like, I wasn't trying to take it personal. It wasn't a personal thing. So yeah, and then actually years later, he even told me, he's like, dude, thanks for like being upfront with me like that. So anyways,
Sometimes
that's-
you have to be a douche, dude. Sometimes you
Shout
have
out
to
to
be a
David,
douche, yeah.
wherever you are.
Bro,
David.
and that's happened to me too. Like when I did like my first like big event, you guys know Nissan Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nissan Stewart called me out.
Oh.
once.
wow.
And we
He
did,
was on drums?
No, yes, he was on drums, but he was he was MDing it, but he wasn't on the drums at the moment. He
Okay.
was like overseeing like the production. He was
Oh,
walking
okay.
around doing like a walk around with production and stuff. And we were rehearsing on stage, and it was I forgot what venue it was, but I was just like, you know, I mean, I'll be
Just
honest, I
tense?
was just no, bro, I was just trying to like
Oh,
chop
okay,
it up.
trying
I'm
to-
like,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Trying to
it
get
sounded
one of the
amazing.
better
Like,
ones.
Yeah.
you gotta understand when you're playing, when you're, I don't know how old I was probably like 19, 20 years old, and you're in a big venue with big old line arrays and like everything,
Top
like
of the line,
you
like,
feel
yeah.
like
Yeah,
dang,
yeah,
you
you're
wanna,
like,
this
I'm
is
here.
what it's-
Yeah.
yeah.
it
dude.
gets
I'm
to
here,
you.
Doc.
It gets to you.
Dude,
It's like
yeah.
just like
Dang.
putting that little extra sauce on stuff. And Nissan was like, hey man, he's like, I like that, but you're doing too much. You gotta just bring it down, play it to cover. And I was just
Oh,
like, I
shit.
felt so stupid because he told me in front of everybody on the mic, and I was just like, so I had my
Yeah, you're like, all right.
all right,
Damn.
gotcha.
The humble
Dang.
moment. This is a humbling moment.
Wow.
All right.
All right, David.
All right,
God bless you, David. God bless
What
you.
about you, man?
David was in the audience. It was like, karma.
Sound check. Sound check.
That's funny, dude. What's the douchiest thing you done, man? Or-
Oh my God.
I've done?
Come
I'm
on,
sure
I
I've
know.
done many.
That's a good question.
I don't.
Right?
I've called
okay.
him drummer trash and the MD mic before.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever been that. I don't think it's
Because
ever
he
gotten.
couldn't. I got mad.
I think I've been upset
That's a
after
douche
the
moment. I
event or
shouldn't
after it
have done that.
happened, but I don't think I've
MD
ever done
douche.
anything
Like 2 weeks ago.
in the moment to like do something like that. I have been called out though.
I've been called out for
I
sure.
have been
Heck
called
yeah.
out, and it's like, ooh,
What's
like
that like?
Dude.
What was that like for you?
I think the initial instinct for someone is like,
Shock.
for me it was like, man, well, he doesn't know. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
You don't get it.
he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He's not a drummer. Like, he doesn't, like, you know?
Yeah.
Just get into this mentality.
Bro.
Nah, I
David.
can't say it. Everyone,
Another David.
everyone in this room knows him, bro. I can't say it.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, you know, I have a lot of respect for him. You know,
Mhm.
he has a resume, and it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you want to be the best, you got to learn from the best.
Right.
And it's like, I think that was one of the moments for me where I was like, man, I really ain't. Like, and ever since then, I've always been a shut up kind of guy. Whenever I'm in a room, it's like, I'm always like, how can I grow? What can I get from this? What can I
Right.
take from this? You know?
Right.
That's a healthy mentality to have,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
I feel the same way when I go in certain rooms. I'm
I
like,
think
okay,
just some
well,
guys are just gonna be that way, and like you either embrace it or you freaking get bitter about it. Like I was
Yeah.
with Bryant, we were talking about that one day, and
Yeah.
and he's like, dude, he's like, sometimes you gotta be he's fill in the blanks,
Yeah.
and he's like, but that's what's gonna make the band better. Like that's
Yeah.
what's gonna make everybody lock in. I'm like, that's true.
That
These
is
are
true, man.
These are things you not only apply to, like, you know, your music career. These are things like, you know, in everything. I think in everything, and everything I
Knowing
do.
your lane overall.
Yeah, man. There's always room for growth, and there's always room for expansion. And I think it's something difficult for people to grasp after so many years of being developed a certain way, or like, you know, being taught a certain way. Which is what I was saying earlier. It's like, you know. I don't know. I'm going into like I'm opening a full can of worms here. Like,
Nah,
I don't
yeah,
know
it's
if you guys wanna
a
go
trip,
into-
man. Yeah, all those experiences are I got humbled so many times. And I still get humbled. We've all been on church milk, I think.
Yeah, I have.
Dude.
I think that's like a new age type of way of getting humbled, or being called out. Like nobody wants to be on church milk anymore.
Yeah.
Because and then you
Jesus.
want to go prepared. It's like I don't want to get.
Yeah, they're doing
Like, hey.
Church milk is doing everyone.
Because, I mean,
yeah.
and they're doing a service,
Yes,
like,
sir.
I mean, they're not the type of people. I'm not. This is not commercial for them, but it's like they just go savage. You know what I mean? It's like I've been in the
go
comment section,
savage
so
for
I'm
the
like,
glam.
man, like, I know how savage it could be.
Savage for Christ.
So I'm gonna stir the ship here way left.
Okay.
Go for it.
We were talking about it a little bit earlier too, but dude, what was your life pre-COVID, bro? What was your life pre-COVID? Do you remember that? Do you remember it? You were extremely left. Now what? You're hard right. I was extremely left back then. Now I'm super hard right. But
Oh, man.
I was thinking, it's something I've been thinking about. It's like, what the hell was I doing before COVID hit? Because, like you said, 2020 was a year of like such impact for me and such a shift in like my career and like, you know, what I do. It's like it's hard to like visualize, you know, what was my routine like.
Well, let me ask you this, and that's a good question. Do you feel you're better off right now than you were in 2019?
I don't know if better is a word.
I do.
I'm different,
I would say, okay, different is good. That's fine.
right?
I think pre-COVID, I think 2020. If everybody went through 2020,
you learn something.
it's two things. You either got better or you got bitter.
Yeah. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
So
on.
it's like,
Yeah.
so it's like,
That's facts.
you know, some people have a mentality of like just negativity and like
I'm gonna sink.
No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I had my moment like the first 2 months because remember I'm jobless, like no freaking
No
nothing,
stability right there, kind of.
bro. At first I was like, you know, Christian Omar, like, oh, like, you know, God's got me. and
God
this and
will
that.
provide.
And then like, yeah, like,
You're like, God.
like a month goes by, like, dang, like,
Hey,
To the Virgin every morning,
yeah,
bro.
like,
Where you at, God?
light a candle.
yeah.
Low key.
Hazme un paro, no, virgencita.
I was doing quintinas on the side, like pay $100 so you can get 400 back. You gotta pay
Yeah.
Got you down.
Dude, once a month.
Dang.
No, man. I had my moments of like, oh crap, like I'm
Yeah.
done, like I'm damaged goods, like you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I was like this is it.
Anxiety kicked in over
anxiety,
bro.
panic, like all those things. I felt like that was the end, not necessarily the end of like my life, but I felt like I had nothing else ahead. Like
Yeah.
seriously,
Where did we
real
go
talk.
from here?
Yeah, real talk. And I really had to. It's almost as if God kind of pulled me out of that to take me out of all the stuff that I was involved with and like just things that were keeping me so like this, like just so like occupied. Yeah. That once he took all that away, it's almost like, okay, let me see how you carry yourself if I take all this away. And I really had to kind of have a heart check. I'm like, okay, like I see what's going on here. Like I believe God revealed some things in me that really I would have probably have not seen had I been stuck in like being Mr. like everywhere.
Busy.
Yeah. And because of that, as a result of that, I was able to really encounter God in a fresh way and like understanding what it really means to be at peace, because that tends to be my biggest setback. My biggest like fault is I'm a very controlling person. Like I want to be in control of everything. I want to have like it just
Your hands.
you have OCD of like just everything's got to be bright and everything.
And you know how to do it right. So
yes.
it has to be done right.
So when there's a situation in front of you that you don't have control over, that you don't even understand it, that really can really stir things up in you. And that's what I had to learn to really truly understand what it means to trust in God and to really just like lean on him. And just, the Bible says like, my peace surpasses all understanding. So what I got from that is like, you know what? I don't have to understand why. I don't have to understand the situation. I'm just gonna trust that he's got me. So that was a really big game changer for me, going from 2019 to 2020. You say, what was it like pre-COVID? Me pre-COVID was everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. I'm just everything was important, but nothing's important. It's like it's just,
I feel that.
And 2020 was more like swipe all this off. Let's get back to the fundamentals. What is important in your life? What are your priorities? What needs to be set in order? And I'm grateful that I was able to, and I still am, just kind of like having an understanding of like just priorities, man.
You are a father too, right?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old. So,
dude, what's fatherhood like?
Bro, dude, those kids,
15.
those freaking kids keep
Smart
me on my
kids,
feet. See all these canas, dude? Like,
Yeah,
All that
bro.
wisdom,
They're
baby.
coming, dude.
Wisdom.
We're coming out.
Rich, man. These kids are. They truly, like the Bible says, they're a gift, and they are.
Yeah.
Because there's some things, dude. I swear, like my kids have said things to me that I'm like,
What?
dang, that was a check. Like I just got chin checked by my son, and he didn't even know it. He doesn't even know like the context of what he's saying. Like he just says it in one way, but I'm taking it a different way. I'm like, or my daughter or stuff like that. So they
call you out.
They'll call me out, and I'm just like, ooh, okay, like, all right, I'll take that, I'll take that. So I think being a parent is I think lately being a parent to them it's also just a responsibility, like as a dad, like dang, like I'm responsible for them. So like I need to be like.
So now do you
continually
understand why
speaking.
your dad was so strict on you?
I do, and I understand that that's what he knew.
Yeah.
So I understand now, like, okay, I can be strict with my kids, but I can also be like loving and you know what I'm saying? So
Is it night and day between like you and your dad's parenting style?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're very different, and then that's not knocking on my dad. Like, if anything, I'm the way I am because of my dad. So, both my mom and dad. So, my dad was a lot more, strict, and he was. I want to say not as relational, but like he was just a typical man from like the what is it, boomers, and
Cowboy. I call him cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah, he was a kind of cowboy. But he's a gentle guy. He was very humble, but from a father's very stern, So like he's like it's kind of like I'm not your friend kind of thing, I'm your dad.
Yeah, same
So with my kids, I don't say I'm your friend, but it's almost like I'm your dad, but I'm also here for you. Like I'll lean down with you and like listen to you, like not always just over your shoulder type of thing. So yeah, man.
I don't think my parents knew about that or what that
And we
meant.
don't.
They're gonna come
like
down to
it.
me to smack me
You know,
harder.
That's a huge assumption on my end, like
Oh, bro, I
like
got
you
knocked
said,
out
like
of that.
parenting is so different. But at the same time, it's like you said, you are this way because of your parents,
Right.
Because
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't technically wrong what they did, because I complain. Well, I don't complain, but I just think about the things that my dad did to us. we were growing up. It's like, man, but we're 5 and none of us got into drugs.
Mhm.
Like nobody's a dope fiend. Nobody's prostituting. Nobody's doing anything bad. So it's like they did a great job.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so
And
like I shouldn't be
It
complaining.
goes back to the whole like you either get bitter or you get better, you know?
Exactly.
So
So
it's like even if you had a bad life, if you had abusive parents, like it's still a choice to say like I'm not gonna
You
do
break
that.
that.
And you break it, and
Yeah.
you just move forward. So
But I had a wonderful childhood. You know, having the strict parents that I have,
yeah,
I think I could say my childhood was pretty dope.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's cool.
that's what's up.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I can't.
You need it.
I can't.
My parents
Yeah.
never bought me that freaking Voltron that I wanted.
Dude, I still was waiting for a puppy on my 12th birthday. I still get mad at my mom. I think about it.
You know what's funny is that I like toys. Like I
Oh,
we
yeah.
go to- but my son and my daughter, they're not really into toys.
That trips me out, dude.
Like my son, he's like I want to buy him stuff
Me
because it's
too.
more like because I like stuff. like
Not for me, son.
and he's like, it's all right. I'm like, what do you mean it's all right?
Ah,
Boy, it's dope. It's
This
like
don't need your turn. I'm gonna take
die-cast
it.
metal.
I know how
You know how many times I bought it myself because I wanted to get it for my son, but he didn't play with it, so I just took it to my work and I just put it in my office. I'm like, yeah.
That's
Yeah, I just bought this.
yeah. So go figure, man. My son right now he likes his telescope. Bought him a telescope.
That's
Dude,
cool.
yeah, I saw that.
So and then my
That's
daughter,
awesome.
she has her iPad Pro. She likes to draw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Telescope, dude.
They're both incredible at what they do.
They're geniuses,
Yeah,
bro.
man, they're
little
good
geniuses.
kids.
Yeah.
They say they get that from their mom. So
Hey, well,
they say that I guess the
I
like
believe
that
them.
gene supposedly is from the mother's side. I'm like, hey, babe, that's
hey,
There it
you,
is.
girl.
Damn.
shout out to
yeah. Shout
your
out to
wife,
Irene.
Irene.
Mrs.
You said
Mrs. Reina.
telescope, and like that set off my stupidity alarm in my head. But we have discussed aliens here. Just
Oh, yes,
just because you said a telescope, bro.
Yes.
I'm
love
assuming
it.
you're looking at other planets. Have you seen any planets?
Huh?
What planets do you typically see?
Oh, on his telescope?
Yeah.
He's on.
Uranus.
Well,
we've seen like Saturn, Jupiter.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
Saturn, Jupiter. Those are the ones that he points out to me all the time.
That's really
So
cool.
we're actually going to the Griffith Observatory next week. Hopefully it's open. Hopefully they let us in.
I
But
think they are open.
yeah, if they let us in, that'd be dope. So,
Dude, so aliens.
bro,
Do you believe in them?
bro,
oh, yeah.
I want to believe.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
No.
What do you mean
I-
you
no,
want
let
to
me
believe?
say that right.
That's
Okay.
isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I said it. I do. I want to say yes. Like I want to say yes.
Okay.
I just don't think it's in the way we probably think it is.
There you go.
So,
I think that's
Okay.
so like
yeah, okay.
I guarantee you right now that there's like they're already here.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I consider
and
consider
now,
sea
again,
animals aliens.
I'm gonna say this, and you're always gonna get this lot from, but like
say it.
for me, biblically speaking, I believe it's true.
Okay.
There's fallen angels.
Oh,
And
we
like
spoke about
yeah,
this.
so it's like there's
Yeah.
fallen angels. There's all these the entities that are there. I believe that's what probably is aliens.
Alien life.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Interesting.
yeah, because and then like I don't want to open this, but
Do it.
Do it,
Come on,
dude.
man.
well, because think about it.
Open it. Open it.
The Christian bubble, it's like
Yeah.
we're so like, especially like Western culture, we're so fixed on just what we know. Like Western,
Right.
it's like almost as if like the whole world history revolves around the United States.
Right.
It's like the
You know?
Mayans never happened.
Yeah, like the What about the Mayans and like all these Chinese and Asian empires and like
Yeah.
so there's all these other Babylonians and like there's so many other things happening and it's just it's not coincidental that a lot of things that you see like in one part of the world historically like somehow it's on this other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how is that like that
Yeah.
there? Like technology and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that correlates with the biblical narrative of how these fallen angels came down and they were among these people and they like became like
Gods to them? or
gods
something?
to them. Yeah, like so.
That's pretty
I
dope.
think it's fascinating.
I'll go
I
to
am
your church.
fascinating
That's
by
good.
that.
Have you done research on aliens? Have
Huh?
you done a lot of research on
Bro,
aliens? Or?
I was on one when in my 20s. I was
Oh,
on one like I was
dang.
always watching like alien stuff, like
That's
all the
dope.
like unsolved mysteries and like aliens among like everything.
Yeah.
Lately, not really much, but like I'm more interested in like I'm more interested in like the biblical narrative, like the Anunnaki and like how they had babies with women and they created like basically like
These little
superhuman people.
superhuman
Yeah, like
bloodline,
that
yeah.
to me is very fascinating.
Mm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that still exists. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like it's not like they just disappeared.
Right.
So
for that bloodline to exist.
yeah,
And what exactly are the Gayunakis, or what you say?
Anunnaki. That's well, they're basically like in the Bible they were giants. They were like giants, but they were a result of fallen angels.
Right.
So
Mm.
they're still fallen angels. They're still
Right.
out there. Maybe there's no more Anunnaki, but they're still fallen angels. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're out there. You know,
Damn.
that's to me is like intriguing,
That is
fascinating.
pretty intriguing.
So, and then like lately, the times we're in, like you hear all this buzzword, like oh, like they're gonna reveal. You know, the president's gonna reveal.
Well, they did last
Yeah.
year in the
So it's
release
like-
bill. They did come out with some UFO.
They
like,
released some.
They released some
videos,
footage of
Yeah.
unidentified flying objects.
So, yeah, I don't subscribe too much. Like, I don't subscribe to it like to where I'm like all hyped about it. But it's
Right.
just more like I got my eye on it. Like
Okay.
I'm listening.
What's
I'm watching.
what's your number one conspiracy theory that you're like?
Have you
What's
seen
got you
anything?
by the hook right now?
That's
Anything
what's the
with
one
your
that's like,
eyes?
oh, every time you hear it, like, it's like,
I think it's the whole just evil narrative of like, for example, like the government, like they're not who they think that they are. You know, just
like
there's
13 families and all that.
there's people out there that just have different motives.
Right.
This is my friend said this in a way that I thought was really interesting. He's like, if you go back to history, even all the way to like biblical times, right? You had kings and like all these like royalties and royal blood,
Yeah.
and it was common for this royal blood to like, hey, we need to keep this in our family, like whatever it took to keep that royal lineage moving forward, right? That happens throughout all of history, through
Right.
every different culture, Eastern, Western, all right, Middle Eastern, all right. It's all about power. It's people like staying in power.
Yeah,
Money.
When did that stop? Like that's
still going.
Still going on.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like it's not like it just stopped in like in 1800. Like no, it's somehow there's
Still
always
current.
somebody trying to be in power.
Well, they
Yeah.
figured
So-
out to
You ever
keep
seen the
us
Da Vinci
distracted.
Code? You guys ever seen the Da
Oh,
Vinci
yeah.
Code?
Oh.
Right? I mean, like
that's-
that whole ending is like, dude, like this is the last bloodline of Jesus Christ.
That's
Like,
funny.
The Holy Grail.
you know, like
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
We did touch about this a little bit a while ago, but being that we live in a world with like so much information, how do you personally filter out, or how do you filter out what you receive or what you consume?
That's a really good question, man. I love that question. Here's my thought on it: is that the media, the world, internet, whatever you want to call it, is they control the narrative, right?
Yeah.
Like there's narrative that's just shoved down your throat practically, right? This you see this on Instagram, you read on social, whatever, you read on news outlets,
Right.
you watch the news, narrative. Who do they say who controls the narrative controls, people or the
Mankind,
situation.
Yeah.
What I've come to a clear understanding and just decision is like at the end of the day, I control the narrative in my house and everywhere I go. So
boom.
doesn't matter what I hear.
Mind
I'll
blowing.
listen to it,
Yeah.
but you're not saying like chew the meat, spit the bone kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, I hear you,
Mhm.
but I don't necessarily consume it. I'll just listen to it and spit out whatever's not useful to me or whatever I don't feel is gonna like really gonna help me in any way. So most of the times I've been able to. I mean, we can all probably agree with this. You can discern that, dude. Like freaking media wants to like really spread fear. Like it's
Yeah.
just always
Yeah.
like negativity.
I think that's
bro.
something we all learned this past year.
Negativity,
Yeah.
so much negativity, so many like
Toxic.
it's just so and so my wife and I would just come to agreement like, hey, we set the narrative in our home, and our narrative is based on what we believe in
Right.
in scripture. So this is bottom line, no conditions, no ifs, ands, or buts. And because of that, when you do that, you protect you protect what you have in your family unit. And anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much
Man,
why I
dang,
do it.
bro.
It's really good.
Yeah.
My
That's
mind
great.
is
Yeah, I
blown.
think that's something we all should.
But see, and here's the I guess the disappointing part is there's people that take it too far. You have like your freaking, your oversaved Christians,
Anti-maskers, bro.
yeah.
your oversaved Christians where it's like, oh my God, they spiritualize everything, and then they're just like condemning everyone, and it's like, dude, like you're doing just as bad by spreading negativity. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's yeah,
you're making
right.
you making freaking believers look dumb. You know?
100%.
So and then so again, it just comes down to really having a posture of just humility and acknowledging that I truly am not in control. I am truly not in control. I think I have control over things, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think I have control over my perceived notion of my time and space, but God is outside of time and space, and He doesn't see it that way. So it's like, why am I even trying to think like I got it on, like I got it on the control? So I think I do, but and it's okay. So just it's almost like that's a weird way of bringing peace to me to say, it's okay. I don't know, but I know I'm in good hands.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I don't think passive. That's why this says it surpasses all understanding. Like I don't need to understand. So, but you have people out there that just like every little negative thing in him that's just like, oh my God, and they just start freaking out and just like, you know, like I can't eat this anymore, and like it's just like
gotta wear 2 masks.
yeah. So, oh, bro, don't even start, bro. When I see somebody driving wearing a mask,
Pet peeve. Oh man,
that's-
that's like,
Take it off.
yeah.
Yeah.
or leave it on forever.
Anyways, man, I hope I answered your question.
Yes.
You were born and raised in LA? Always in LA? Bro?
Yeah, man. I
Cali
grew up
boy?
in 2 cities, in Compton and in Inglewood.
Nice cities, huh?
Inglewood, yeah.
Beautiful cities.
Beautiful, man.
cities to grow up in.
Yeah.
I'd assume. How was that like? What was that like?
Being Latino.
It sucked, bro.
brothers, sisters.
I have two siblings, a younger sister and a younger brother. Yeah.
Okay.
So, growing up in Compton, that was short. We lived in a nice house, but it was just a bad neighborhood. Like it was just not great. So we never really went outside.
Were you a Crip or a Blood?
I know, right? I wore my neutral gang colors, bro.
Yeah. Pink.
You really couldn't wear those. You
Yeah,
really
you couldn't.
You right?
Yeah,
As
you
a kid,
couldn't.
you
I know.
like your parents were aware of that.
No.
No?
No, I mean, yeah, they were aware of
They
it.
were
I'm
aware
just
of it?
saying, like, I didn't wear, I actually had a pair, I'll show it to you guys one day. I had a pair of green
it's
suede,
red and green or
green
Oh,
suede
man.
New Balances.
Oh,
And
that's dope.
they were dope, but it looked stupid on me because I was like, I came out so remember I said I was playing since I was 11. I was in my dad's band. So we would record cassettes. Like we would record like
back
volume
in-
1, volume 2,
Oh,
volume 3.
man.
And the way we would
Cassettes.
cassettes,
B-sides,
bro.
A,
Hey,
B,
dude, I
dude.
know, so
I
old.
generally don't know the process.
I started with
of-
cassettes.
Bro, I
what
can show my
recording-
kids a cassette. They wouldn't even know what it is.
I started with cassettes, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So I was, my dad would design the cassettes, like the what you
the
would call
cover
the
sheet.
cover art.
The cover
sheet,
You know,
yeah.
like
It's
the
in your
cover art.
blood, bro.
So the
Dude,
cover,
no wonder. I
the
didn't
cover
know
art, bro. My dad still like.
That's where you get
Bro.
the creative
Dude,
from.
what?
So like
Shout out to the moms, dude.
shout out to my
Mom.
dad. Love you, dad.
What's his IG?
So like 2 weeks, like
Yes.
two weeks ago, we went to Riverside to go visit my parents, and my dad's like, "Here, you guys, I got here's some sanitizer spray, right?"
Oh.
And I'm looking at him like, "Where'd you get this from?" He's like, "Oh, I made them." I'm like, "You made them?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, homie made his own sanitizer spray
With
He
the
went-
nutritional facts.
He went on Publisher, like you know the graphic design,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he created his own label and he printed and it had like my name on it and it said like sanitizer and it had like aloe vera on it, and he gave one to all of us. I'm like, my dad's like 70 years old. He's still like rocking the
Dang.
creative stuff.
That's gonna be you right there when
Yeah.
you're older, bro.
Dude,
Oh
man.
my god, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he made the like album covers, and
That's
it was
dope.
so funny the way we would do the album covers. We'd be like, all right, let's go to like
You have
a
any
park.
pictures of those?
Yeah, I do, dude.
Ah,
And
yes.
we're like in front. We're like in a park, and we're all just standing like in front of like the camera.
Holding your piano.
And like one of the guys is holding a Bible like open like that. And I got my
Salmo
I got
100.
my green freaking Asics, or I don't know what they were. And I
Oh,
was
that's
just
so
like, I
fun.
thought it was all hard, bro. I was just like, yeah.
Look
What
away
keyboard
like
were you
don't care,
playing
bro.
on that cover album, bro?
Dude,
What
I
was that?
playing
Yamaha
a
what?
Hawaii K1, bro.
Dang, Kawaii K1
Yeah,
Those sound
Hawaii
hard,
in the
K1.
grass.
Those
Hey,
sound
you guys know who
hard.
Chucky Escamilla is?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like
Yes.
the legend, bro. So he came into my church and he played my keyboard, and he's like, they were like, he was with the band or something. And he's like, "Do you have like a Rhodes sound?" I'm like, "I don't know what a Rhodes is."
He's like that orange button right there.
Yeah,
He's
the
like, "Do you
road
have
is
a
outside,
He's like,
bro.
"You have a road sound?" I'm like, "I don't know what a road is." That's how
I
stupid
took the
was.
road here, bro. I don't know what you want me to say, bro.
It sounds
Bro, I was so freaking like clueless. He's like, don't worry. And then he just like started chatting. And dude, he made that thing sound amazing.
No
So
way.
what was the whole process of recording for a cassette?
Oh, dude.
What does that
It
look
was
like?
crazy back then. In fact, it's actually, I miss it, dude. So back then, we wouldn't record like on Pro Tools or whatever.
Right.
Like, it was like,
Live and go.
it was a tape machine. Yeah, tape machine. And like,
So you guys record everything real time, everyone
real
in a
time.
room.
Yeah, yeah. And like it's multi-track, but it's on tapes. So if we mess up, like literally homie would have to go in and like snip it or like do like doctor the tapes and like, yeah, like overdubs and stuff. Like, it was crazy.
That's wild.
And like there's, huh? There was overdubs back then, yeah. And this is like mid '90s, like late '90s, mid '90s, early '90s, mid '90s. And but I remember like that was probably one of the coolest experiences because I'd never been in that situation, and then just to see like how it came together. You know, like we were practicing in the garage. And then my dad's like, all right, we're going to record like tomorrow. And it was like literally like a 12-hour session and we're just going at it.
What did your dad do in the
Wow.
Huh? He was a drummer.
Your dad
Yeah,
was a drummer.
he was a drummer and he sang.
band? Oh wow.
So yeah, and I played keys. My friend Ralph played bass, and George, his brother, Ralph Rivas.
Ralph
yeah.
Rivas.
Bro, I love Ralph, man. Yeah, dude. He
El
lives
Primos.
near my dude.
Dang.
Ralph was a homie, dude.
That's what's up.
I love Ralph because he had like pocket. He could just pocket. And then his brother George was a guitar player, who's also now like a pastor.
Nice.
So yeah, dude. We had our years playing. We had like 4 different albums, and then we just kind of went our own way. But yeah, that's
cool.
funny.
Was your
4
dad
different
MD?
cassettes, bro.
You know what? My
Cassettes, not albums.
I kind of was the MD when I
Oh,
was
wow.
I was the youngest, but I was kind of like the one to
You're
like
calling the shots. Like,
I would kind of be like, how about we try this? This, with my 3-finger chords.
hey,
know?
Got the tritone specials?
Tritone specials.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was good times, man. It was good stuff.
Dude, you know what was crazy? I just got this weird flashback of you and Bellflower when I remember you go and do like little studio sessions back there. And then you'd have like your very curly old hair, bro. It was
dude.
long. I was
Jerry
like,
curl?
dude, the Jerry curl. Omar with the Jerry curl.
Oh man.
Carrying his
see
keyboard to the session real quick.
What are you working on now? What are you working on at the moment?
So I've gotten more into writing and producing my own, like not necessarily my own, but I've been writing, just writing songs really. I just recently helped me and a few friends from our church. We wrote a song for our church, and then just released it. Like literally, I just told my pastor, "Hey, can we do a song for the church?" He's like, "Yeah, do it." So it was the first
That's
song
cool.
they ever done ever.
Dope.
Like, so that was cool. And then I've been doing lately, I've been working with Bryant. We work for Fox. We do the music for The Masked Singer.
Nice.
So that we
Shout
do
out to
stuff
B.
like that. Love you, Bryant. Bryant's my bro, man. And
Yeah, Bryant's
then
dope.
he's definitely been one to like.
We're trying to have him on, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you gotta. Oh, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be a great guest. Actually, he's in the studio right now. He hit me up because we're writing for Open Heaven.
Episode
So-
11
There
after
you go.
this.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do originals?
we want to do originals. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's gonna be dope, dude.
Ooh.
And the way we're gonna do it, it's gonna be dope. This is a leak. This is like
yeah,
exclusive,
Dang.
exclusive, right
Insight.
here. Make sure the
TMZ.
logo graphic.
TMZ got a hold of this, bro.
There you
So,
go.
so one of the like the goals that we have is we want to do like a recording of the songs, but do it with some 3D 3D cameras,
Okay.
Mm.
so that when we upload it to YouTube, it'll be VR and you can be in the room while the song plays and stuff.
That's dope.
So that
Holy
that'll
cow.
be it.
What if you get slayed, bro? What if you
And then-
fall?
Dude,
Looking at the ceiling.
So
floor is lava.
that's kind of in the works, and we're kind of
That's
writing some
dope.
music for that.
Yeah.
Mark doesn't have a
We're
mic,
sharing
bro.
mics today. How's multi-tracking for Open Heaven been like? I know
Well,
you guys have had like a few mixing sessions and stuff like that, right?
for Open Heaven,
Right or no?
we've only had one event. So that one event that we had was what's it called? That was the very first one, and we recorded it.
Nice.
So we did record it, but we haven't really ventured into like
Doing anything with it?
anything. We do want to do something, but we're just kind of kind of chewing on it right now.
Got it.
Because the next one we want to do it more of a smaller, it's like reservation only.
Okay.
And then kind of like a Maverick City meets West Coast, kind of, a little bit more of that punch to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we might be shooting for. It's still kind of, early stages, but it's going to be dope. I'll tell you that. It's going to be dope. Yeah.
Dope.
And then, but I guess what's kept us busy right now lately is just doing those work for the networks and stuff, doing for the Masked Singer and also for the Spanish networks for the La Voz and like that. I think they're the Grammys or what are the Latin Grammys or I'm not sure what they're called, premios, whatever.
Yeah.
Premios Lo Nuestro,
Yeah,
I
so we
think.
did some music for them too.
Nice.
And it's fun, man. It's really fun because the songs are short. They're like 1 minute and 40, 50 seconds. And it's like we knock them out in one day, one night or whatever and just move on to the next one. So
What's that like seeing your work on TV?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
pretty
pretty cool, man. Yeah. I'm like, this fool's not playing.
I saw that.
That's me.
I saw that. I was just literally just like, I'm like, that's not.
No,
like, hey,
I'm
homie's
just joking.
faking it.
Yes, kidding, not kidding, but yeah, it's like I think it's cool. Yeah, it's
Legend,
cool.
bro. He has legend in his name.
It's cool.
It's there.
It's fun. I mean, I think it's a privilege to be able to do something like that, and like I really don't care about like being there. So like I'm totally fine with like just hearing it. Like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like seeing the end product. I rarely see the end product of work that I do.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. People ask me like, "Do you have?" I'm like, I actually don't. Like,
Oh,
I do my part and I send it out, and
Yeah.
That's
sometimes
it.
I don't hear it. The rest, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. That's happening.
Yeah. So right now I am working on 2 projects. I'm working on a single for a friend. So that's gonna be coming out pretty soon. And then I'm working on 2 other songs that I'm writing with a team. One's gonna be like a kind of pop, modern pop type of feel, and then the other one's more like a worship, like 6/8 type of vibe for Easter.
nice.
So I have some deadlines to meet. So, yeah,
Aside
that'll be
from
popping
doing
out
like
soon.
music, you also do merch, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think I just put myself in that position because it has to get done. So I like
I don't
it.
really
It's
do
all
it because I
good.
have a passion for it. Just 'cause, like,
I
because.
enjoy it, but I just feel like I find myself limited. Really, that's what it is.
Really?
Yeah, because I do it on my phone, bro. Like,
Oh,
I don't do
yeah.
it like on freaking Photoshop and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's something I need to learn, pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I do it. I just recently worked on a sweater. Here, I'll show you real quick.
Okay.
It's based off of the the new song that we wrote.
dude, can you design us a sweater?
Bro, Abel hit me up and I'm down for it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's get a
I
cool
just,
sweater.
I
What would be a
just
cool
honestly
sweater,
like
man?
I don't want to let you guys down. So I'm like crap.
No pressure.
What if we just
dude.
put a picture of you in it?
So
bro?
like this is
Yeah, no
I know, huh?
like a little
The old
No
caricature
pressure.
of Omar, bro.
So
Oh,
this is
legend.
one that I
Bro,
designed.
tell me that's not fire. How's that not fire?
It's a lyric of the song.
Dude, I would be
Sounds
happy if you
lyrics.
created something like
So it
that,
says,
bro.
it says louder than the chaos.
Can you save me an XL? Can you save me an XL in that?
Yeah, I need an XL.
So
Thanks.
and then this one
Thanks.
is
Just
my
kidding, 2X.
my daughter inspired this one,
That's dope.
and it says not my will,
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
like
I did
these
see
That's
that.
stripes,
sick.
but it's a lyric of the song.
Who's your favorite designer right now at the moment? I'm sure you have a lot. Top 3.
I'm a minimalist.
Are you a
bro.
fashionista? I
Not
am
really,
too.
not really.
I am too, but I know the Jerry Lorenzos.
Yeah, I was
You know-
gonna say I like Virgil, like off white, like,
Yeah.
but because I'm a minimalist, so it's like you can put a square and a dot, and I'm like, that's dope.
That's dope. Yeah, that's true. Like, that's fire.
I'll pay $1,500
Different colors
for that
and stuff.
right
Like,
now,
oh,
bro.
pastel.
That's
Ooh.
funny, dude. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
fire.
I have an appreciation for it. Let's just put it that I have an appreciation for it, but I don't necessarily like. I don't think I know enough to say, oh, so and so is like amazing. Like I
Right.
like Off White. I like their stuff.
You're not gonna go Kanye about it.
Huh?
You're not gonna go Kanye about it.
What do you mean, Kanye?
I don't know. Have you guys heard Kanye talk about like his designs and like his clothing?
Oh,
line? It's
bro.
like,
Every single person that's involved.
what?
Bro, okay, I've listened to Kanye like with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really fascinating to
Yeah.
hear him talk because
true.
it's funny because my wife, I told her, she listened to it too,
Dude.
and she's like, I
Yeah.
don't get him. I don't
Right,
get
it's
him.
fascinating.
I don't get
It-
him.
it
Like
is
he's,
fascinating.
I
he's
kind of like, I was
really-
trying to follow.
He's like he's just all over the place.
He's all over
and,
the
like,
place.
he
Yeah.
doesn't-
Perspective, it's astonishing.
And-
Yeah. No, I
Dude,
do.
it's like,
Yeah.
wait, what? How
And-
did you?
He
and
just
I-
starts. Yeah.
And I told my wife, I'm like, it's because the way he's thinking, he's not thinking. I understand. I said he's not
Yeah.
thinking chronological. He's not a linear way of thinking.
Mhm.
He's very like this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like it's like 3D. You know, it's like he's thinking here, but so I get it. Like he just kind of has a really interesting way of thinking things.
Yeah.
So he's often misunderstood, and you know, I mean, it's not a coincidence, bro. Like he's been involved with a lot of designers. Like he is, you know, he does have a creative
Yeah.
fashion type of sense. So very fashion forward. I mean, if you think about it, like Yeezys and like all the big brands that are out there, like he's put his fingerprint on that. So it's like,
Do you ever own any? Do you own any?
I have some fake ones.
I
I got some fake ones. Yeah, I got some Yeezys, bro.
They're fake?
I have some
351s.
I have
know, dude.
I have the what are they, the 700s?
Bro, I don't even know who's just. I think there's still no.
700.
They're like white, like
It's
cream.
Like a silicone, right?
It's like cream, yeah, and then they like glow in the dark too, and it's like black top.
Yeah.
Very kind of alien looking.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
guys got them from, or you purposely bought them that way?
Bro, I got them off DH Gate, bro. Only because a homie's like, dude, you got to check these out. And I'm like, so I just ordered them just for the heck of it. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, I'm
you're
gonna try
like,
them out.
yeah,
Bro,
these
I
are
was
pretty
so blown away. I'm like,
No
They're
way.
comfortable.
they're comfortable.
Yeah.
They're like, I have a theory
Okay.
that Adidas
Uh-huh.
owns that.
And they're
I'm
just trying to
pretty-
make side money.
They're
I'm
just
pretty
that's just
sure they
side
do.
money they make, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's the same material or
Because
what?
it's the same thing, bro.
It's too good, right?
My friend has the real ones,
Uh-huh.
and we put them together. I'm like, bro, I can't tell them. Even the box, like even
Yeah?
the box
Yeah.
is like the same. I'm like, bro, I cannot tell them apart.
That's nice.
Conspiracy theory.
I'm like,
That's a
I
trip.
think Adidas owns those shops, and it's just side money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
or
makes sense.
somebody who just stole the
Material.
freaking blueprints or
The
something.
design,
you know?
yeah.
That's true
Yeah.
too.
Anyways, but yeah, no shame, ain't no shame. I saved me like $700.
Seriously,
Aw.
dude.
I got them for like
those things are
$70.
expensive, man.
Yeah,
I only have one pair. You have a couple pair, no?
Of Yeezys, I only have one.
Yeah, I mean too.
I have TGAs.
I invested in Gap because they said he's gonna come out with some clothes.
yeah, I invested in Gap.
So
Oh, you
I'm
guys do stocks?
I've been
Trade.
following crypto heavily
Yeah?
more recently.
Like who?
That Doge?
The douche.
You invested money in there?
I have some, yeah.
Yeah, I have some too, but I'm like, it's
I
not
have
looking
some
good. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
we're
we
not
did
supposed
it
to.
before
We're
I'm not
heading,
supposed to
we're
look
heading
at
to
it.
the floor right now instead
I'm not
of.
supposed,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not supposed
You
to be
just
looking
gotta
at
write it out,
I
bro.
know.
Write it
It's
out,
long
write it
term.
out.
It's long term,
I am.
guys.
It's just,
I have
it's just pretty.
Ethereum.
I don't want. Don't
Doge-
even tell me.
Ethereum, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called. I
Yeah.
have that. I have some of that. I have some Doge.
XRP?
I don't have XRP. I haven't bought that.
That one went
And
down.
then I have Doge,
Yeah,
I only have
that
Doge.
right on.
but I'm not a huge. I just follow the. I have FOMO. I have FOMO sometimes, and I just like.
Well, it's because
I'll
you
do
hear all
quick-
these things.
Yeah, I'll
you
do
hear all
quick
these things
research,
that-
and it's like you don't want to
yeah.
get left behind. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Because if you could get, if you get it,
Alright.
you could make a quick buck. Why not?
yeah.
Mm.
Like those dudes that first invested into GameStop, they make those quick $100.
I did sell.
And it's like,
though. I
oh
did
dang!
sell.
But the people that were like waited too late, it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't make nothing. Ni modo, pues.
That's funny, man.
Any other funny stories?
I know, dude. What gray area do you want to talk about?
Oh,
Whoa.
Gray areas.
Yeah.
What's a gray area?
What's a
you
gray
feel-
area
What's a
in
gray
life?
area you feel right now people aren't talking about? What's hot
Yeah.
right now that people aren't
That
addressing?
don't want to address.
What do you think?
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but you could just give us a topic. I'll talk about it. Trans. Okay, trans. No, I was kidding.
What's something people aren't addressing right now? You feel? Is there anything? I just feel everything's being addressed right now.
I think the
Everyone's
whole like
offended by
cancel
everything.
culture thing, like we know it's happening, and we still, what is there that we could do about it?
I think it's stupid, dude.
I think it is stupid. I agree.
Yeah.
That's stupid. It shouldn't be happening, but it's happening.
I
You
got
know what I
one for
mean?
you.
Like, what do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the whole cancel culture is just an excuse to
Be a douche.
right. Someone
But is it being a douche?
cancel your pace.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a douche if I was trying to cancel people.
But isn't it that? It's like a group of people go against what you believe or what you do or what you act.
Or you
a
say,
tweet you tweeted
yeah,
5 years ago.
yeah.
Mm.
And it's like, I was listening to someone talk about it on their podcast, and it's like, dude, like, they're like, it's not that I'm afraid of the cancel culture. It's just that, like, you know, sponsorships and, you know, the business aspect of it is dragged along with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what kills people.
Unfortunately,
And it sucks, man.
yeah. Well, if you're right on that, like especially if that's what you do. If you're an actor, obviously you gotta be careful what you say, what you do.
And that's what comes with fame, right?
Mm.
I
That's why
mean,
I never want to be famous.
that's true.
But I don't have to worry about that. We talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Man.
I think one interesting topic I think is not discussed in. Actually, you guys talked about it in your previous episode, though.
Talk about it.
Say it.
So
We're going
like,
deep with you.
Whoa.
like,
No homo.
like,
Sorry. I said pause. Sorry, dude. Sorry,
going
dude.
Wow.
That's after dark. That's after 11.
Change the lights.
Very unrated.
Get purple on here. Get purple on here. In the deep.
Go
you guys,
for it.
I heard you guys talking in your previous episode about like, just like how would you call it? Just drugs in general, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like herbs and stuff, weed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Abe is trying to establish a movement right now.
Yeah,
So-
cannabis for Christ.
Cannabis for Christ.
So, for example,
Make me logo.
I've been
GoFundMe.
I've been drinking like a lot of like teas and stuff like that, like the reishi mushroom, like the reishi mushroom
Okay.
teas and stuff like that. This is all Eastern
Medicine.
medicines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So part of those Eastern medicines is mushrooms, like magic
Mhm.
mushrooms, like you literally
Hallucinogen.
yeah, hallucinogens. And I started reading into it more and more, and like there's this big stigma behind like psychedelics and stuff like
Right.
that. And
100%.
we've had this
Oh,
conversation,
yeah.
and it's just interesting how Western culture is like kind of demonizes like anything that's not Western culture, you know.
Right.
So I've been actually looking into stuff like that, like like the benefits of like mushrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm if you're listening out there, like I'm not saying go out and get high or freaking go like do something stupid.
Nah, we're
because
gonna do
I'm not even.
It sounds like we're gonna do shrooms.
No, I mean this gray area. Like I'll
No,
be
yeah,
open
no,
and
no,
honest.
please,
This
yeah.
is kind of what's on my plate right now, and I'm not saying like I'm struggling or anything like that. It's just
No,
this
yeah.
is me just sharing like these are things that I'm observing
Right.
Yeah.
and
researching.
reading and researching and stuff,
Right.
and I'm discovering is that like wow, like our culture is so conditioned to reject and like demonize anything that is not Western culture, especially like Eastern medicines.
Right.
And these Eastern medicines have been around a lot longer
Then the West.
than
yeah,
some of these
the US.
West. Yeah, I mean, I'll even put it out there. Like
Think about
we
Puerto
rely
Rico.
more on synthetic drugs,
Right.
Mhm.
synthetic
Opioids.
stuff that doesn't,
Yeah.
I mean, don't even get me started with like coffee. Like coffee is a drug,
Yeah.
but it's
Coffee.
very acceptable. Like it alters your mind and
Yeah.
it actually it can be bad for you over a long period of time. And like
Mhm.
so like it's funny how but we capitalize off of it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what matters is the money. Yeah.
coffee shop.
yeah,
That's what I said. Would it be?
So-
Would it be
Every
bad
church
if
sells
church?
drugs, huh?
Well, I'm not saying drugs, but would it be bad if a church invested into cannabis if it's something that's helping people?
The cannabis ministry.
well, I mean, I'll be honest. Like the
Cannabis,
Cannabis for Christ.
Cannabis for Christ.
They have a whole room dedicated. It's like a hookah room
Funny.
with just bong
Elder
set
We
up.
call this strain
Elder
Holy
Abel.
Ghost.
Bongs and shrooms, bro.
Speaking.
Oh
my
yeah,
goodness.
but like,
So
yeah,
I want to be careful how I like present this because I'm also representing like
Right,
my
right.
church and just me whatever. But
yeah,
I'm not the kind of person who's just gonna reject something just because everyone else is rejecting it.
Mhm.
So I've been open to do that, and how I talked about like I control the narrative. Like I also control what I ultimately will decide on what I
Right.
believe. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
because it's all in good conscience. It's like okay, I'm looking into this, but I'm also keeping this in mind. Like you have good convictions, and you have like
right,
all these other things that play. So there's layers to it. But at the end of the day, like it's medicine.
Mhm.
So and it, just like anything can be abused. Like
Right.
you can I don't know
I mean,
like
too much of anything is bad.
exactly
Right.
that's
Yeah.
exactly. So with that said, that's kind of where I've lately been like I've been on this journey of like self-care and like just kind of like taking care of my body, just trying to
good.
be good with it. And
yeah.
and if something like this is good for me and that I can, alternative
Benefit,
medicines,
yeah.
that's the actual proper term is alternative medicines.
Mm.
Why not,
Yeah,
I've even heard parents are like, hey, like I've done this and like it actually helped me like really be in the moment with my kids and be intentional. Like, and I don't want to
100%.
say that in a way like to be reliant on it.
No,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
like it's like taking your vitamins, It's like, hey, take your vitamins,
or taking your coffee, like you
Yeah.
said. Like,
So yet at the same time, it's so acceptable for people to drink coffee like
Exactly.
crazy, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah, like seriously, like have like 6 cups a day.
yeah, bro, I used to drink coffee like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I would drink like 2-3 flat whites a day, and like no
What's a flat
milk,
white?
just
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, I don't-
hardcore.
Dude, I
Yeah.
already got past
don't
2
drink.
kidney stones
yeah.
already.
Until my doctor's
wow.
like, you need to
Because
chill
of
with
coffee.
Oof.
So-
I don't do coffee. Thank God.
So I
do
drink a lot of
soda.
teas. I drink a lot of teas, diuretic teas and stuff, and
So speaking of those teas that you take, have you ever felt anything? I mean, did any of them have like any like hallucinogen, or is
No.
it just more
no,
relaxing?
we're talking about microdosing.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I was
There you go. So microdosing is, and I'm not, again, if you're watching,
Yeah,
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Hey,
I'm not a
Disclaimer.
freaking pothead. I'm not.
Hey.
I'm not like dumb
That's
stuff
my
like
label.
that. No, not even that. Not in that. This guy. What I'm saying is, no, I am not freaking like out there. You know. But yeah, microdosing from a medicinal term, it actually has its benefits. You know,
100%.
So
And it's out there though. That's the thing that the proof is out there. I think,
Yeah,
and it's coming
so-
out, but I think it's still not accepted
Oh no, not at all.
because of the stigma, because
Yeah.
of the.
Do you watch Netflix?
I do, bro, but I'm the guy that I hate.
'Cause
it.
I don't.
I'm the,
I hate
bro,
it.
I'm the
I hate
guy
it.
that spends like 10
Yeah,
minutes
same,
just like
same.
scrolling and like I don't know what to watch.
I hate
I
it.
do
But
that
if I can
today.
recommend a show, you should totally watch the what was it called? The Midnight Gospel.
Midnight Gospel?
Yeah, the Midnight Gospel.
Oh,
You
yeah.
recommend one, bro.
Okay.
That one,
eh.
Okay.
hit or miss.
Okay. What about
Hit or
you?
miss?
It's out there.
It's a little
It's
wild.
an out there
Did
show.
you show me that?
What is it about?
It's a podcast that was illustrated, and like it talks about a little bit of what he was
Okay.
covering, about what he was talking about, and it's like and it also talks about different religions and modern culture,
Right.
and it's
Mhm.
just like it's just a batch of a lot of information, and like the illustrations are so out there that
Awesome.
like they're really distracting
Mm.
to the narrative that is actually being said, and it's like,
Ooh, I wanna
bro,
check
you're
this
being
out.
bombarded by like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But if I can recommend
Even
one,
the
they're
visuals
20-minute
are wild.
segments. If you have 20, 25 minutes in your
Mm.
day, the Midnight Gospel. Just check it out.
Mm.
Check
I'm gonna
the
check that
first,
one out.
first 2 episodes. They're wild.
Yeah,
they're out there.
That's all I got. First
But
2 episodes.
it was just
You're like,
Mm.
because
Marky was out.
Netflix for me has become like it gives me anxiety. Just like I
Yeah.
don't know what I want to
Yeah.
watch. There's just like
Yeah, I
It's too
think the
much
only thing I
out
watch
there.
is like WandaVision or something like that. And it's-
I caught up with that, and I'm like, okay, what's
Oh, yeah,
next?
like, Cartoon Network. He's all like on these
Dude.
hardcore like
I'm watching
thought
Everybody
thinking
Loves
shows.
Raymond. Yeah, I'm like watching.
I call them smart people movies. I'm just like, yeah, that's too much for me. I can't.
Have you seen
process
Tenet?
it. Huh?
Have you seen Tenet?
Tenet is a great movie, bro.
Bro,
Did you
Tenet,
understand it?
Yeah.
bro, Tenet was
You
like,
did not understand it.
Yeah, but I did a lot of research.
bro,
I'm
Tenet,
like, swore.
Tenet was like Inception on steroids.
Yeah, it was like, whoa.
I've seen
That was
neither.
great.
I have
My
not
my
seen it.
daughter, my daughter, she watched it and she was like blown away. She loved
Yeah.
it. She was
Really?
like, "This is such a great movie." I'm
Yeah.
like,
I do think
I was like, I'm over here googling like,
Yeah, what does it
What
really
is the
mean?
meaning of life?
how do you
Yeah.
spell Tenet?
I thought so too.
Oh my god.
T-E.
Is that Wikipedia? Dang.
Bro, I was struggling, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling, bro. I was 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, what?
Your daughter's like, "Can we watch it again? That was
That
phenomenal."
was gross.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh man, dude.
I've seen either. What is a big hype about? What is a big hype about?
You gotta check it out.
I need to watch that then. I
can't summarize it?
It's
In like 10 seconds. You can't give me a 10, 15
Let's go,
second
baby.
summary?
Let's go, Marky. Let's
Right,
go.
all right, ready?
Let's go,
Bro,
baby.
go ahead.
Let's go.
All right, I don't know if I can do it in 10
Gray area.
seconds.
Gray area. Let's
But-
go, baby.
So Tenet is about this guy who can
Spoiler alert.
alter reality with this some sort of machine, basically. And so basically what you can do is if you enter the machine, your world now operates backwards. So everything you're doing is now backwards. So, but someone can be in the backwards world while you're in the real world. And then like it's just you just start mixing in.
see, I'm already like, I gotta
I
edit.
know. No, it is really confusing.
Wait,
but what
what?
helped me is that one of my buddies, he watched it before me, and then he kind of explained it to me. He's like, "Well, this is what I saw. Like, just like try to understand it in this way." So I already went in with like the theme of the movie, and then that's how I got to see it.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Yeah,
a great
like,
movie.
YouTube has a
it's one of
bunch of
those,
reviews and
It's one of
stuff
those
like
like you got to watch it twice to like.
yeah,
catch
it's like
it.
Inception. Like you really have to pay attention. Like,
Yeah.
every scene is super
Crucial.
valuable, and
Yeah.
if you miss it, like you're done with
That's
the movie.
it.
Like,
Have you
just
seen
walk
Soul?
out. Soul's
Yes.
a great movie.
Okay.
Too,
Oh.
So it's what kind of it's kind of what he was talking about earlier about getting into his zone and also getting into his zone with too much.
That's so true.
I love that about the guy who's doing that with the cardboard thing when he's in the zone.
Oh yeah, when he's in his zone, the guy
He's
is
spinning it, dancing.
he's steering the ship and he's like flipping the sign because he
Yeah.
gets in his zone doing that.
Yeah, that movie.
People-
If I
people
watch
get-
it again, I'll
I
probably
was
get
watching it and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that stupid cat, like,
Oh yeah.
Went up
comes
into
into
the.
I was like, nah, like, I forgot, like, okay, this is a Disney movie. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a little bit deeper. I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
You
they
do
just-
have cats. You do have a cat.
I thought this is what I thought. I thought that when the guy fell down that the
well,
manhole
the
and he
manhole.
came down, I thought he was gonna kind of like come back, but like out of a coma.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought he was gonna like wake up from that coma
Mm.
and somehow be affected from that like death experience, and I thought that was gonna play a role in how he went in as a musician. Yeah, like it was somehow like he's gonna have like a beautiful mind kind of thing, you know, like he
Yeah.
was just gonna see music differently and like I was thinking like he was gonna pursue what he wanted but with a different mindset. I was even thinking that he was gonna deal with like schizophrenia, like because you know how both of them came down.
Yeah.
So I thought, what if he comes down but he has like a mental disorder
Right.
but it somehow like plays out in his music. I was thinking
Damn,
that
bro, you
route.
went in too deep, bro.
Bro, I thought he was
Dang,
gonna
bro,
go that
nah,
route,
That's
and
like a
as soon as I
Christopher
saw,
Nolan
like,
movie,
Flip,
bro.
I was like,
Any
That's not
expectations?
Disney,
Bro,
bro.
it's a Disney movie, bro.
Dude, yeah.
It's a Disney movie. Like, it's a Disney movie. Like, I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
executive said, "Let's make sure it goes into a cat," and I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's just.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like. It was like Inside Out and Ratatouille came together.
Really?
Hold on, let me
Huh.
process that. Inside Out,
Inside Out and
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Because you have
And yeah,
I love both movies.
they're great.
that's
Ratatouille,
basically
we
what they
watch
did.
at
They
least
just
once
mixed
a
them
week.
together, Ratatouille and Inside Out.
That's interesting.
Okay.
I think that's like the worst. Imagine having like the gig, one of the gigs that you get, you actually book it. One of the ones you've been wanting.
And you can't go.
Where you die.
You died.
You die on
fall
one,
into a
you
hole.
fall. You fall. So when you die, it's like
Sucks, bro.
what? Right? It's like I'm sure they could
Yeah,
have
I
came out
thought
with
so
something
too.
better.
Yeah, you're
It's a
right.
Disney
I'm like, that's
movie, man.
it.
Like ran over by a bus or
Yeah,
I was
he did.
expecting more better music. I mean, more music.
It was good though. The music was.
I wanted
dope in
more
the movie.
music. I was like, man, I wanted like.
You wanted
This would be a-
R&B? You wanted some? He wanted some popping and slapping on a
No.
ballad.
I'm not David, bro. Relax.
Ooh, shout out to David, bro.
No, I'm talking about this David. No, I'm talking about his David.
Nah, you're talking
No,
about
this.
other Davids. You're talking about other Davids, bro.
Game over.
I'm gonna talk trash about bass players. Okay, Marky? No, that's kidding.
Just kidding.
Oh.
But
That's kidding.
since we're on musicians, Chick Corea,
Oh yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah.
How big of an influence was he to you, dude?
Dude,
Being a piano player,
bro.
Being a pianist.
I
Penis.
I remember I was in my room, and I was my wife was on the other side chilling. And we had like these little couches there, and I was just chilling. I was like, I was scrolling. I was like, holy crap! Like Chick Corea just died.
Yeah.
And then my wife's like, she kind of looked at me, and I got freaking like teary eyed, bro. I started like I wanted to cry. I literally cried on the spot. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
felt so, and I didn't cry because of that. I cried because of what my wife told me. She
What'd she
was
tell
like,
you?
she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know you really looked up to him.
Oh wow. So
Well, the moment
knew.
she said that, I'm like, it hit me. I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I did look up to this guy so much. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like when I first heard him play,
Uh-huh.
that's when I heard Spain. I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
blew me away. So I was
Yeah,
like,
first time you heard.
and
Spain?
that was probably the first time I've been impacted by a musician that I cried even when when they died. So
Wow.
yeah, dude, what a loss, man. But that's my thoughts on that.
Do you have a musician that kind of like Chick that you looked up to growing up? A drummer, somebody who's like Teddy Campbell.
Yeah, but none. No, I don't think it's none that have passed away recently.
No, not that part. Yeah, but there's somebody that you're like, man,
Yeah, I have a
if-
few.
If this person would,
I have a few.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the other
Calvin.
one? Calvin
I remember when
Rogers?
Calvin Rogers had an incident a few years. They assaulted him
I
Yeah.
remember
with a
that.
baseball bat, and like
Yeah,
they
that
pretty
was
much left him
wild.
for dead. And like I remember
crazy.
his,
That is
like,
crazy.
his skull was Like,
he looked
it's kinda
bad,
like,
bro.
dang,
He looked
man,
like Beetlejuice for a little minute.
It's just
Yeah,
it's just
sad.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like the Kobe death. How was the Kobe death for you? We talked about it on here.
I was
but
shocked, bro. I was shook.
did you feel like,
I was shook. I felt really bad.
it was just
I was like, I was in disbelief for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
such a dark day, right?
Yeah, it was
It's
pretty
too,
crazy.
yeah.
LA stopped.
That was
Well, I
only the
think the
top
whole
of 2020, baby.
I know, bro.
It was all
Dude,
downhill
we
from
should've
there.
known,
like
dude.
Kobe,
We
bro.
should have known, dude. Once that happened, I was like, man.
Start packing up,
Downhill
guys.
from
Start
there,
packing
dude.
up.
Like, I don't know. what we're
2020
gonna
was
do.
crazy, bro. Like,
Did you get the Rona? Or are you allowed to discuss this?
bro, I probably got it like 3 times, bro.
Honestly, you're about to get it again. Let's go.
Oh, we're safe, bro. We're
Nah, bro.
immune
Yeah.
A
We
now.
all got
We have-
tested.
we have our-
Rapid
We have our
test,
testing.
Yeah.
Our testing
Rapid
sites.
test.
swab in the back.
It's coming.
Alright, you know what to do, man.
Yeah, this is your third test today, bro.
Reusable.
Oh, you again,
Dude, they have actual dogs, COVID sniffing dogs.
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
They have
That can't be-
COVID sniffing. I promise you, at a I forgot what theme park in Orlando, I think
That
it
is
is,
weird.
or some arena before they
Dang.
uh,
I wish we
can't
had
be
Google
right.
Go
to
in.
look it up.
That can't be right, dude.
there's dogs sniffing people, and they supposedly they can
Wow.
detect COVID-19, bro.
That's
That's
true.
weird, man.
I think I probably got it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think like in January.
I think everybody got it at the beginning.
I think I got it because I do remember feeling really, really like fever-ish kind of thing, like a flu type,
Yeah.
Okay.
and really like tired and like just, yeah.
Did you lose any taste or smell?
I didn't lose my taste.
Was there a dog? Was there a COVID
That's
sniffing dog?
funny, bro. Yeah.
What kind of dog are those?
You know what? I'll say this though, and you guys are probably, you may agree with me this,
Oh,
but I think that it was such a traumatic like thing that I think everybody's traumatized. Like
You can't get a cold.
You guys are all traumatized in one way or another. It's like a really slight trauma of like, yeah, any little thing you think you got it.
yeah. If
You
you can't
sneeze.
breathe, if I
breathe.
go up the stairs, I'm like, oh dang.
I got it back in August
Just
last
bad.
year, and it was more anxiety than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just the thought of like, dang, like, what's my funeral gonna be like?
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
It's almost
yeah,
like
yeah,
almost gonna come
bro.
through.
Well, bro, what if like, am I breathing right?
Hey, yeah.
Dude, do you ever daydream about your
Yeah.
funeral and then like, because I always think about like who I want to play at my funeral.
Oh, yeah. I think about the songs. Like, what songs are you be playing? And then no way is too.
I have this.
That's
I
nuts.
have
Who's your
this-
dream band, bro? Who's your dream
I
funeral
know, yeah.
band?
Who's the dream funeral
The
band,
dream
dude?
band. Jeez.
Actually, I was gonna. This is what I was gonna do. I was gonna hit up. If
talking about
if I wrote a
funerals,
will,
guys.
I would probably say have Bryant and Aaron Barbosa say, hey, I'm gonna leave you guys in charge to freaking put something together.
Oh yeah, that's all.
That's
you
what I
need.
would do.
That's all you need. Yeah.
But I do have this dream that I imagine doing.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys ever seen a Yamaha disc clavier?
Yeah, the one that plays by itself.
It plays by itself.
Oh, dope.
All right, so I used to work for Yamaha and I used to sell those all the time. Anyways, it's a player piano. You play and it records your MIDI notation and it plays it. So
Wow.
I have this thought of if I were to die,
Uh-huh.
I would
Writing a
I would
piece.
play do a song, whatever song it be, jam out to it, play it, on click, track everything, and then make an arrangement, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then when I die,
Just
The
the
have it
band
play.
plays it, but the piano's there.
Oh,
And it's me playing with the
that's
band.
crazy.
Damn.
I'm dead. I'm like in the casket.
Yeah.
But it's me playing the song with the
Bro.
band.
Dude, I can't wait,
that
dude.
is-
Hologram to freaking.
Oh, yeah, who knows?
With a
And again, just to remind everyone, this is for his funeral. All right?
Dude,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
Dude, they're gonna have VR glasses in the front, just in
Right.
case people.
You
wanna
really
drive
have
in.
put some thought into that, huh?
Yeah, dude, I
Like-
thought about that.
That's pretty dope, though.
That's
Actually,
dope. That's
that is
really
pretty dope. I wish I had a self-playing bass.
Self-playing bass.
Just play it.
Just record yourself, bro.
Or you can
I
do
know.
what I saw this at NAM. They do a vertical LEDs,
Uh
and then you just play, record yourself like on a green screen or whatever,
huh.
and then you just you just basically
CGI
put it
or
on. Yeah,
something.
no, it's you playing. Like it's like if I were to record you on a green screen, going at it, I record you multi tracks, and then when we go into post,
Uh.
we we insert your parts into it, and then
nice.
it's all time code.
Uh-huh.
So when the band's playing, but you're on the screen, everybody's live, but you're on the screen playing. your
That's
part.
dope.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey,
Do it for when
man.
you die, bro.
I'll do it when I die.
I'll do my next.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
That's wild. Dang.
You're stupid.
They're all moving his fingers. They're like, one note, bro. One note. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, man.
Yo, what are we at, man? How long have we been
crap.
talking?
Oh, man.
Dang, dude.
How long have we been talking?
Oh, an hour 40.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Does that really feel like an
Whoa.
hour 40, dude?
No, sorry.
Time capsule.
Dude,
Time capsule vibes.
we should probably put a fork in it here.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything
No,
you wanna
man,
bring
I
up?
did have this in mind, and I think I wanted to ask you, like, what the show, like, what is something that you guys envision, like, maybe a year from now, or maybe 10 episodes from now, like, what's?
We're trying to be rich.
There you go, man.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you said
definitely
we're trying to be rich.
I'm trying to hit the lottery with this. I'm hoping to go viral tomorrow, bro.
I know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's a legit question. Like, what's something that you guys would like? Like, you like they call it a what is it called?
What I see
like
in
a
it is-
big, hairy, ugly dream. Like, it's just like, it just seems like, damn, I don't even know how we're gonna do that, but I could see us doing this or whatever. Like, that's what do you envision?
I think in a sense, I think about it sometimes, and in a sense, for me, I think I think the fact that we're so relatable to people, and we're such average Joes. You know, if we can like motivate, inspire, you know,
And also bring
comfort.
bring freedom, yeah, to
Comfort
certain or shine
someone.
light on certain topics that
you
people don't
know,
want to
if
talk
we can be a
about.
part of your day for 30, 40 minutes, you know, get something from it that makes you
Yeah.
think
There's a
different.
lot of things, and kill
do
the stigma
better.
of certain things. Again, the whole weed situation. I know I keep bringing it up, but
Cannabis for Christ.
cannabis for Christ. No, but the real thing is really look at the other side of it, not just the one-sided
Yeah.
version that we keep hearing all of our lives. So listen to the other side. You know, and if it's you get it from your peers or people that you listen to that are normal, just like us,
Yeah.
you know, and we could help out.
I think one of the things that I like about the show is that you guys, you're creating a space for a discussion that I think is, like you said, is relatable. Like,
Right.
the reality is, it's not like nobody else has these conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You guys,
100%.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
just
true.
have the balls to do it in public.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential to be able to like expand on that and expand your reach by maybe like inviting people. Like, you know, you have me in as a guest, but I could imagine maybe you guys having like people phone in
Right.
or something like that. Like, hey,
cool.
phone in your questions or ask questions throughout the week.
Yeah.
You know, and then in that way you make people feel like they're a part of it, even if they're not here.
The community.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing. You're building community.
And it's in these types of like environments where I think you really get to know someone. You know, having a discussion, a personal discussion, as opposed to being behind a phone, being behind something, and like, you know,
Text or-
coming off as something you're not.
Bro, that's so good. That is so
know?
true. That is so true. We are in a culture right now where, and I'm guilty of it, is that most of my interaction is with people is on my phone.
Yeah.
So I haven't had this kind of discussion in a long time because of that. So I think you're onto something there. It's not like you're reinventing the wheel.
Right.
It's just the angle and the perspective you have.
Right.
That if you can share that perspective and that angle, it might spark a light in some people and be like, oh my God, I need this. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, man? I could totally see you guys doing something where it's like,
the goal, yeah.
yeah, that's good.
People think different, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like we all. We,
She has a mic.
whoa, he
I
got
feel
the
like
mic.
we all just think different. Like, especially from the people that we're normally around. You know, we're not. I mean, yeah. I mean, we've covered it before, but like we're mostly around people who are very
Conservatives.
closed-minded. I was gonna say closed-minded, but I didn't know if that was gonna be offensive. But whatever, I said it.
Say
You're
it,
closed-minded.
preach.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shots
I think,
fired.
I think you have. There's a lot of conservative.
Yeah,
people.
there you
There
go.
it
That's
is.
a perfect way to put that. They're very conservative, and to a certain extent, I mean, we've said that probably like 5 times already on the show. Like, too much of something could be bad, you know, and too much of conservative thinking could damage you. Like, you just stay so like limited to what. Yeah.
Do you feel that this platform that you guys have is particularly like for that conservative crowd? Like almost like it's almost like a not a challenge, but it's almost like an invitation to say like, hey man, like this is a safe space. Like you're not gonna get judged to tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think I definitely relate to the invitation, just because I feel like there's not this type of conversation happening in that circle. So I almost want to like be encouraging and to be like, bro, like talk about stuff like this, you know?
Yeah,
Because I feel like talking about topics that we cover or that we bring up, like I feel like it's healthy to discuss that, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people don't even have a stance until they have a conversation about it, you know? So
Or they do have a stance, but they don't
wait,
know why
they can't hear you.
My bad, sorry. Or people do have a stance, but they don't know why they have that stance. They just have that stance because they were told to have that stance.
Yeah, like
So I would love to ask people, like, and in no way of trying to judge them in any way, like, but why do you think that? Just curious.
Or why do you like cats?
Yeah.
Bro, cats are lame, dude.
Hey, dude, you need to relax, bro.
I don't.
personal
I,
experience,
Cats are not lame.
I can't bond with a
I
cat
don't
like I
like
can with
cats.
a dog.
I don't.
You
I
have a
don't.
cat?
You
I
have
don't.
two cats,
I
bro.
don't. I don't like cats. I only like my cat.
Oh.
So I only like my cat. That's it.
He's like he's like the only one
That's
seeing you
funny.
naked.
He's the one interesting.
He's my baby boy. But
Oh.
I want a dog.
That's obviously dope.
As soon as I get a
want
dog,
the
I'm
dog.
kicking that cat out.
See that cat?
These are
Just
things
kidding,
that
dude.
like you can't iron out unless we're like talking about it, and I want to
That's
ask
true.
you something about it.
That's
as
That's,
opposed
but I
to-
don't agree with you. I'm cool with cats. I like cats.
I think my cat is very like he knows the Russian blue cats.
Yeah.
They one of their traits is one of their like distinctive traits is that they will imprint to one owner.
Oh.
So like he imprinted to me. Like he's like super bonded to me. Like
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit.
I come home, like he just comes to me. Like I carry him like a baby. Like
Like, see, you can bond.
That's crazy.
yeah. So for me, it's very therapeutic
But-
because I'm like super like I'm very affectionate. I'm very like hands-on touch, hugs
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
wife and kids they're like. I'm good, bro. So my cat is like, all right,
Yeah.
I love you,
It takes a minute.
and my cat is like, yeah, I love you too. So we're like, we're
That's
good,
what's
you know.
up. Yeah.
But I
funny.
still want a dog because
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be able to like take my dog, like take him go to places, like
Yeah.
that.
On a
I
bike
just,
ride?
Little stuff like that.
I know.
On a
Or like I
30-mile
want to
bike
like
The dog's like,
dragging like.
Oh my god, we gotta get a picture of that somehow, dude.
I'm sure that's a thing though somehow, somewhere.
We do not
Yeah,
tolerate any pet abuse. Disclaimer.
Just kidding.
oh man.
Oh
What kind
man.
of dog would you get?
I like the Australian cattle dogs. They have like they have like a cool look to them, and they're very smart. Yeah, and they're not too small, not too
No.
big.
I think I have an idea of them, but I'm not sure. I just saw the movie Pets 2 yesterday. That's why.
That's a good movie.
My little
My
girl.
kids like that one.
We're all fathers in here except for Mark. Huh?
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
You're my dad, bro?
I gotta show them not to pull out.
Yeah, you're the only one that still has to.
Australian cattle dog.
Australian
Oh yeah,
cattle
those are
dog.
dope. What would you name them?
David?
I've not,
They were the bass player.
right?
David.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, they are the ones that I had in mind.
Yeah, they got a cool look to them.
Those are cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like silver.
Why
gray,
that?
brown.
Why that particular?
They're just.
Is it just something that?
It's a nice looking dog. I like
Yeah.
them. They're bright and they're active and
Okay.
they're vocal and they're protective. So it's like a little bit of everything. Yeah, but
Are they
So-
a breed of what?
it's a purebred.
It's a purebred? Oh, okay.
They're cattle dogs. They're herding dogs. So
Okay.
that's
They're
kind of
meant
like
for farms and stuff, right?
Nice.
yeah.
Little shepherd dogs.
That's
That's
dope.
cool.
I'm trying to gather you up to get breakfast and stuff.
What?
Dude, that sounds
I'm trying
good.
to get you.
Hey, high key though, you guys should. I can set it up. You do a live, podcast one
Tacos
day
and podcast.
at Taco CK.
Dude, let's do it.
Dude, we're down, man.
So down.
For real.
And like I'd love to like collaborate because I'll tell you this. So Taco CK this year, one of our like visions this year is that we want to collaborate with other companies,
Cool.
and it doesn't necessarily mean just food. So like for example, hey, collaborate with you guys. We'll say hey, we got the gray area coming over. and then like kind of just share a little bit of like highlights and stuff, and
do
then
an ASMR.
do like, but do like stuff that you can like, I don't know, just do something that'll like intrigue people, like put like the hot seat or create something like that, you know, like
You come with some ideas.
yeah,
That'll
there's
be
so
dope.
many things you can do, man, and I think that if you create stuff like that, like people will appreciate it, you know.
Cool.
So it's different, you know. That's our branding, and they just hit different. So it's like when you come on board with us in that sense, like we'll do something different,
Dope.
you know.
Hey,
I like that.
We look forward
Just
to
have
it,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sure,
man.
man.
Thank you
Thank
for being
you.
here with us,
Seriously.
man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks
man.
for having me, man. Yeah,
Thank you.
I really love what
Legend.
you guys are doing.
Thank you.
The fact that you guys took initiative to do it, like that already is like success. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
keep it up.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Omar Reyna.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode
Yeah.
10.
O legend. O
O
underscore
legend.
legend. What's
Are
your
you gonna change it? Or are you gonna
Instagram?
keep it?
You know what?
You gotta keep it.
Man,
I say
Keep it,
yeah,
dog.
I feel like
I say change it.
I try to change it, but there's like a bunch of Omar Reynas out there. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's Pretty basic name.
Super
huh?
basic, bro.
Super basic, bro.
They're not legends, bro.
yeah.
That's true. All right, leave it.
There's only one legend, bro.
All right.
That's it.
Trademark.
Dude.
Is it?
I do have a side company. Oh, I can't. Let me see.
Lab and Co.
It's
We can't disclose that
No.
yet.
Oh,
on
I
the
can't
live-
disclose that.
On the live
Right,
air,
right,
it's
right,
not.
this is let me
It's
see
under
here.
contracts here.
That's
Right.
hilarious, dude.
Hey,
This
just
is-
bring us Ezo.
Yeah, this
before
is
we
my
dismiss.
side company. It's called Session Co.
Okay.
Yeah.
Session Co.
Oh, okay.
Session Co.
Is that the one that's gonna make us our?
Can people
hoodies?
find you on
Hey.
Instagram? Do you have an Instagram?
No,
Session
it's a music like arrangements and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Oh, bro,
Bro,
Oh,
Right
where'd you
on.
get these?
Costco land, bro.
Oh, yeah,
would do some
Costco's.
Try them,
fire
guys.
pastries.
get one, dude.
Oh, man.
What you
No, you
want
guys
right now?
go
What
for
all
it.
you
You
want
guys
right
go
now?
for
What
it.
all you want right now?
Bro,
Is that cherry
Bro,
or
if no one
strawberries?
eats one, I
he's
swear.
doing Lent.
Take your dumb
because you
bite.
guys
All
This is
Obama
irritating.
came out. What is that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some though. I think I'm gonna get some.
I know. I was gonna tell you, dude. You need them.
Thanks, bro.
No, not like that.
First of all, whoa, bro.
First of all, what?
First of all, why would you attack me that way, bro?
Yeah, bro. This is their
you.
bomb.
This looks fire.
So, you guys like desserts?
Nah.
Bro.
Desserts. Oh,
Can
give
you
me a
tell?
good one. Give us a good one.
Nah, I don't like food
Bro.
that much. Can you tell, bro? Abel doesn't either. Oh,
I'm a show you guys share something with you. Go to Whole Foods and go buy. There's this bread. It's a bread pudding that they sell in the like pastry area, in the refrigerated pastry. It's a bread pudding. I'll send you the picture. Buy that and then buy some Meccano's salted caramel ice cream with crunchies in it, bro. You heat up the bread pudding and put the salted caramel, bro. It'll change your life, bro. Straight up. Everybody that I've
Sounds amazing.
everybody that I've given that dessert to, like I'll like either they're over my house or I literally take it to them.
Yeah.
Everybody they're like best dessert. Yeah,
Dang.
it's incredible.
I'm gonna invite you over. to bring some, dude.
you cook a lot?
No, I'd be dying. I'm
I'd be down.
Avocado
I'd be
toast.
lying if I said it. No, I make cereal and avocado toast.
Sandwiches?
This is the extent of my cooking.
I actually got an air
Big
fryer.
Ray Mac.
You made a dope peanut butter and jelly one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one with Chad Beach. Oh good.
Abe, I just hopped on the air fryer
Yeah?
train.
Bro. Game changer.
They're dope, and I put
Yes, they are.
yeah, dude. I
What?
cooked hamburger patties in
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
I did the same thing.
I just put a little bit of foil paper. And I put the patty in there.
Uh-huh.
It's done in like 5 minutes. Pull it out.
Yeah,
And I don't have to
bro.
deal with the
I think
pan
they're
and
fried
grease.
No more, dude.
Wow.
Game changer. And when you get wings, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
game
reheat the
changer.
fries.
You won't
the
wanna go
leftover
to
I
fries.
got tater
Or-
tots and I got mozzarella sticks.
Anywhere else, yeah.
Bro. Put them in joints in there. Nice and chewy.
But
Air fryer.
I'm gonna look into it.
yeah, man, this is the Gray Area, episode 10.
Yeah,
Featuring
congratulations.
Omar
Thank
Reyna
you.
and these delicious sweets.
Thank
you, Omar.
Thank you, Omar. Hey, you know what's up?
Hey, just put your logo on here, bro. Just make a
I
logo and
know.
put it on here, bro.
I
Omar
know,
Sweets. Omar's.
Tell your dad to help you out.
I know. Hire Omar's dad, dude.
Print out some labels, Dad.
For labels.
Go to Kinko's. Yeah.
But,
Damn.
All right,
yeah, man, I think that's a wrap.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, y'all.
Peace.
Later.